What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files, doing a late Saturday night live here again. And my buddy Mega J Retro was like, hey, let's talk about all this great stuff that's dropping. So much figure news, information, tidbits, releases. And Saturday night, let's talk about it. So let's bring him up right now, the man, the myth, the legend himself. MJR, Mega J Retro. What's up, man?
Why does everybody keep saying that? Man, I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude. But thank you, Jeff. Always great to see you, brother. Like so many crazy things going on this weekend,
Yeah.
and other than personal things, But you know what? Things are happening all over the place. So, how's it going, Jeffrey? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. I like that new mic you guys set up there.
It's okay. So, fun fact: this is not a new mic. It's just I have to get it closer to my face because usually I don't know what happened. I did a firmware update or whatever, and the levels just dropped. So
Mm.
now it used to be all the way down here. So you saw just like the tip of it, but then
Uh-huh.
now just the tip. But now it's like right up on me right now. Just all my face. So it's fine. It looks good.
Yeah.
Contrast.
You
It's all
sound
good.
good.
That's great. Then it worked. It worked.
That is the important thing. Let's see who else here right with us
Oh wow.
already. Undercover Colton. Hey, Jeffrey.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, Michael. Mega
Wrong
J.
Michael. Wrong Michael.
No. He's saying hey to
Oh,
Michael
okay.
Solis. What's up, Michael Solis? Snake Eyes is here too. Howdy. Randall G. Cool. This is a nice surprise. Hey, guys.
Randall,
What's up?
thank you so much for the for the donation yesterday, brother. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it.
Jalen Parks, what's this? What's this? A surprise Saturday stream. You better believe it. Every so often, we like to drop these on you unexpected, like a figure drop that you were not expecting
Absolutely.
coming through, and it's like, oh no, you got to scramble, and the pre-order window is still up. So you're all welcome to hang out with us
Oh
tonight.
my god, that's gonna happen a week and a bit, and it's we're all over that, man. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be absolutely crazy.
So Jay, what all do you want to talk about, my man? I mean, there was just
Brother, there's just
so much. Where do you want to hit first?
so much to talk about. So much to talk about. First off, there's I don't know. You know what? Did you have anything you want to start with? Because I've got a lot of I have a lot to talk about. I mean, there's tons on my mind. But did you have anything you wanted to cover first, Jeffrey?
Yeah, just because this happened, and when I was doing my show on what is this, Friday, not Friday, Thursday, I was, and I went over to Pulse and I was like, hey, let's see if how everything's going, and then it was like, it's off. We're gonna be back on Friday, and I think I hadn't checked it in a few days, and I think it went dark right after the HasLab, and then I was like, oh, here we go, and they've updated Hasbro Pulse, and I'm not quite sure if I'm digging it right now. Have you been on there since
No,
the
no. You know
big
what?
overhaul?
No,
All right,
it's not. I haven't. What's going on?
here
Let's
you
check it
go.
out.
So this is what it looks like now.
Ooh, what the heck?
Yeah,
That is dark.
it's drastically different,
Yeah.
and
It's
they've
dark.
got these focal points where
Yeah.
I don't know if the Acolyte's the one to go with as
Yep.
your number one thing here,
Yep.
but
Yep.
they're available. They've got GI Joe. Kind of odd that they don't have it updated to the point where our new GI Joe stuff. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mutton Junkyard's an outlet. They were on the Pulse Premium
Absolutely.
savings deal. I mean, why
That's
not
what I think.
Naugahyde and his pet friends?
Yeah.
Then we've got the Robinson, what is that? Robeson,
Robeson. Yeah.
auto converting Grimlock. I mean, so not exactly the newest stuff. Now, this is better. Marvel
Yeah.
Legends, 85th, Power Man, Luke Cage and Iron Fist, the Hulkbuster, Iron Man. So we got
Interesting.
those, but it is such an odd setup. And this got this
Yeah.
rotating ultimate fan destination, and it's like, all right, which way am I gonna go?
Yeah.
It's just you don't have control over it. It's just on its own.
Yeah.
Hasbro Pulse exclusives. So now you can go here, and here's how it looks. And
Oh
I don't know if
wow.
you can fully
They've
appreciate how
they've
big these windows are.
they've turned on the dark mode. This is crazy. Like, is there any option for a light mode, or is this pretty much this is what it is now?
Not from a Jedi.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see here. No,
No, no, that's
you
even
go.
bigger. That's not good.
Yeah.
That is. I
So
think
this is
they've gone for a mobile
They have.
design here. It's very mobile.
They definitely have, and I can tell you from looking at this from my phone, I don't necessarily, and maybe it's just because I get set in my ways too quickly, and I like the old setup, and looking at it here, it's not like, but I always think this is funny, and this made it a lot easier because check this out, we got Boba Fett's throne room for
Yeah,
229. This is almost the price of a HasLab, but you
yeah.
could just pre-order it and it's in stock. No danger of it not getting funded. It's right there. And so when we do get these kind of similar price HasLabs, it's kind of like, well, this one didn't need funding. You can add it to your cart literally right now. So I don't know. That's where they kind of lose some of their, I guess, their credibility on those deals. Cause like all right, let's see. We got oops, sorry. I'm so used to
Okay.
doing the old way. And it's like, wait, I've got somebody here with me. Ryan Daly, what's up, fellas? What's up? You'll have to reset your password and your payment information on the new Pulse site. Oh,
Get out of town. No, that's a lie. Come
that's
on.
good to know.
That
Thank
has
you.
gotta be a joke. Come on.
I'm sure they won't have the problem when it's time to start collecting on some of
Oh
those
man,
pre-orders.
that would be very strange right there. Yeah, that would be
Right.
very, very strange.
Then of
So
course we'll get another update your address for the HasLabs that we have purchased.
yeah, no fanfare on it either. That's what's really surprising. Like you
Yeah,
think they would have celebrated it, right? Told everybody about it.
you know how they do. They'll send us an email out on Monday afternoon. Hey, check out the new Pulse. It's like, hey guys, a couple of
Exactly.
things.
We already saw it, guys.
We're here. You're
We
not
already
breaking
saw
any more news. It is a news site. Collect the disconnect. What's up? Yeah, it's an interesting way for them to go. And let me just do one more thing because I was really fiddling around with it earlier, and I was just aghast at the design choices. Uh, but if you note here, they don't have a section for the outlet. So, you used to be able to just go like, hey, here we go.
Yeah.
You got to go and,
You have to
and
go searching
search
for it.
for it.
Oh,
And I
that's interesting.
believe they've added some more stuff because I don't think it was 114 items before.
Mm,
Um, but I just read one of my buddies in this area said that Ollie's has a new drop of stuff. They've got Andor figures. So if you have not taken advantage of the 1591 sales prices over on Pulse, you can go run around and probably spend $17 worth of gas to find these guys for $9.99 at your local Ollie's. But I would be very happy to get them at my local Ollie's. New Indiana Jones figures are popping up there as well.
wow, holy
So,
crap.
Spider-Man Retro, the tarantula, that wave, the rose, so those figures are showing up there too. And of course, I don't know if you've heard, but the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest two
Oh, wow.
packs have also shown up
You're
there.
kidding. Wow.
$20. Now,
I'm
the
behind.
interesting thing is, gosh, this is so big. It's like going through. Oops, I'm going to remember to stop doing that. um, you know, Amazon is starting to price match some of this stuff, and because Amazon's like, whoa, no one's gonna have a sale without us getting into it. So they've started to include some of these prices on their website. Let me
Mm,
just pull that up real fast so you can see right here. Um, they have matched the price with let me do that window for Hawkeye and his Sky
yeah.
Cycle. This is the Pulse price
Mhm.
for it. Now, you go to stores, like if you were to go to Ollie's, you could get this for $20.
Sure.
Of course, the issue is if that Ollie's that you were to go to doesn't have it for 20, then you've wasted the gas essentially and not paying that extra $5.
That's always
So
gonna be the argument, but toy hunting is toy hunting, man, like
yes, it's wild. So yeah, they're doing their thing. And yeah, it
yeah,
was just wild.
they matched what's it called? The villains pack up there, with
They
Strife.
did. They
Yeah.
did. You're right. Scrolled too fast. So 65,
Mm,
66 for it. I
that
think
is a
that's a
nice
really
one.
good price for that set. You get an updated Strife, random, Pretty Boy, Vertigo, and Zero.
It's
Mm,
still nicer at Ollie. It's still nicer at Ross's, but I mean, that's still a very good
yeah.
price if you don't wanna waste the gas to go to Ross, but that is crazy. Holy crap.
I have a Ross right down the street, and it's one of those deals where it's like, if I don't see it there, I'm not going to see it because I feel like everybody's like on a mission to hunt through all of their Rosses now, just on a daily basis to track down this stuff. And then like, oh, you can get this for 45. And it's like, yeah, you're
It's
not.
it's the Flippor Frank, man. He's
Yeah, exactly.
they're all they're all out there just scalping them all up. That's what they're doing. So
Jay wants to know, Mega J, what you sipping on?
I am. It's tea, my brother. It is tea. You know, just it's a late night. You know, we gotta stay awake because news is here. We can't be not talking about news. And no, it is vanilla. There's nothing else in it.
No joke. Check your payment shipping info before you need to pre-order something, especially if you're racing to get something before it sells out. Thank you for that, Ryan, because they would catch me, and it's like, oh no.
I will definitely be checking it, especially this. San Diego Comic Con. There's a lot of pre-orders you want to be getting in on. I mean, like if you're not at San Diego Comic Con, you got to get in on the first wave because we need that once a man. You know, we definitely need. If you guys are into Star Wars, you're gonna want that Phantom Menace. A lot of crazy things happening right now. Just absolutely insane.
So wild. Yeah. So, all right. Well, what you mentioned San Diego, and I know
Did I
you
mention
got
San
so
Diego?
much you want to talk about. Are you going?
Did I mention San Diego? Yes, I am, Jeff. I am going. Luckily enough, lucky to be, lucky to be going this year. It's going to be a little tight for me, but we're going to make it happen. We have a panel, which is happening at San Diego, which is the reason why I'm going. So for those of you who don't know, myself, Matt Hatter, and a couple of other wonderful creators, we help to crowdsource and crowdfund an action figure of our very own, like the dream. We did the dream, Jeff. We did the dream.
Absolutely.
And Flippor, the action figure Flippor, was fully funded, and I put in. There he is. The world's first action figure of a toy flipper. The one who's going around all those Rosses and actually picking up all those, villains packs. Okay, so we did it. The Mad Hatter, myself, Gilly Rest Comics, Renders Effects. All of us, Mr. Home Arcade, Ramen Toy, and of course, huge help from Toy Stalker distributing these things. So yeah, we actually were able to fund this amazing action figure, and we want to talk about what's happening with him. Like, where is he? What's happening? Is there any updates on Flippor? And this is Flaker. This is actually the actual negative version. So you have
Sorry.
Flaker and you have He-Man. That's Flaker, right? This is a little satirical aspect on this for those of you who didn't figure that out, right? So that is the cloak of Walmaria, the shroud of Walmaria. Again, there are a lot of tongue-in-cheek things.
And I love the Target one too.
Yeah, exactly. This is all about us. This figure is all about. Yeah, that's right. The Flip Life. This is all about action figures and action figure collecting.
I love
That's what it's. Yeah, that's what happens when you mess with the wrong collector. You meet him on the street, and he will f you up, man. He will f you up. She will f you up too, man.
Right.
No discrimination here.
So
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. Huge thanks to everybody who supported this project, and we will be at San Diego Comic Con 2024 to talk all about Flippor and what it took to get him to fully back and pause, and what we have in store for 2024 and 2025, and the release dates that we hope to get this guy out. We even have retailers who are going to start carrying Flippor, and we're very, very excited about this young man. And of course, why wouldn't you want an effigy of your pain? Why wouldn't you want an effigy of your pain? That damn scalper who made it, and swiped it, literally took that scoop, swiped it from underneath you, tossed it into his backpack. By the way, he has an action feature. He actually has an action feature. That scoop actually does the fisto fist. It actually does go straight up and scoops all of the action, the little boxes into his backpack. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it.
There it is.
We are definitely going to be at San Diego Comic-Con 2024 for this, and talking about the release date, the schedule, how it's going to be distributed, and additional items which will be available on sale eventually, including right now, if anybody's interested, we actually have official currency for the Champions of Neferity. So there we go. Champions of Neferity, in Frank we trust. This is a crazy one. We worked hard on this one. Renders effects. You can see Flippor and the Champions of Neferity. This is actually going to be. This is available right now on the pre-order store. So if you actually go to the Kickstarter page, click on pre-order, it'll actually bring you to a pre-order page, where you guys can actually pick up. If you guys missed out on the Kickstarter, you can pick up another Flippor for yourself. You can pick up another flaker. If you want to bring that up, Jeff, we'll just show them really quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I was grabbing for it while you were chatting. So let me see here. Do I need to go up or back down?
You go back to the top. So just scroll all the way back to the top. I know it's a lot of stuff. And you click on pre-order right there, the blue button. This will bring you to our pre-order store. And from here, you can actually just pre-order all these wonderful. You can order new figures. You can order Flippor right there, the one in the gray. You can order him. You can order. Yeah, just click on it. Yeah, you can order Flippor, $49, and he comes with a crap ton of stuff. He comes with, if he comes with the swappable hand, the pocket watch, sunglasses, accessories, cash bags, and he even comes with a little catch-a-bot. So he actually comes with a lot of stuff, guys. He comes with the cloak of Tarjay. He comes with the staff of FOMO. He comes with a lot of stuff, everybody. And then you can buy Flaker. You can buy the little botcha by itself.
I love that, by the way.
Everybody loves the botchas. The botchas are so sought after. People love this thing. They're so cute,
I am
too.
Not a robot.
Yeah. And then the doppelganger Flaker. You'd never know that this isn't Flippor. It looks exactly like Flippor, 100%.
For one key difference.
And then we have the bots, the actual killer robots. They look awesome. Yeah, these guys are part of the army building selection. But Flaker has his own set of army robots. They look exactly like the bots too. Can't you tell? They look
no
amazing.
Difference whatsoever.
And then we have still several variants. We have stealth Flippor. We got gold Flippor.
Gold.
And for a lot of you who love this kind of stuff, we have glow in the dark Flippor. And yes, it does glow in the dark. It's amazing. Huge shout out to Ramen Toy for making this happen. This is crazy. And for all you customizers out there, if you were interested in customizing a 5.5-inch figure for whatever reason, they fit in with other 5.5-inch figures. I wouldn't know what other line that will work with. Motu, don't know what. But if you wanted an action feature to actually go with other 5.5-inch barbarian style figures, something I'm choking up here for some reason. Yeah, you could definitely just go ahead and customize them yourself. So it's awesome. So, and then if you go to the top, Jeff, you want to scroll to the top?
Yep.
I'll just show you really quickly. Actually, down a little bit. We have bundles for these new collector bundles. You see them there? Oh. Yeah, we have some illustrations.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
These bundles.
It's good. We have some illustrations. If you want to click on that one.
Which one? This one?
Or... the one you were just hovering over before. No, that's fine. So, actually, if you want to go to the first one, it's easier to see.
Okay.
The one all the way to the right. It's okay. Oops. Not the right.
This
right. Yeah, that one. There we go.
Not the right. Yeah, there we go.
So basically, if you see this is an original sketch by the Mad Hatter himself, signed as well. And we also have, if you want to right click on that, Jeff, and just say open a new tab.
There we go.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it would cooperate with me.
There we go. Yeah. So here we go. So basically, this is an original sketch by the Mad Hatter himself. So it'll be signed, and there are 3 different variations. There's the Flippor variation, the Flaker variation, and the original sketch, which has no color on it. You can also pick up, like I said, one of these wonderful coins you can see there. So that's the front and the back, as well as this collector's pin. You can pick up one of these. These things are huge, by the way. And this comes in a bundle. And there are several different options. You can just pick up the straight bundle, which you see here, the single print, fully colored, the pin, and the coin. If you want to go back, Jeff, we also have the other bundles, which are
This one?
three prints. The one oh yeah, that's fine. So we have 3 prints, as you can see there. We have the coins as well. As I said, there's the original sketch, the Flippor print, and the Flaker print. So then that, by the way, all these were colored by Johnny Nostalgia of Nostalgia Unboxed. So huge shout out to Johnny. This one, of course, comes with the coin and the catch-up pin, and you can have your choice of one of 3 t-shirts. Either the Flip Life t-shirt with Flippor, the Flip Life t-shirt with Flaker, or the branded Flippor and the Champions of Neferity shirt. So you can pick up one of those 3 in the size that you want. So yeah, this is the biggest bundle. I think this one's $55 for the whole set.
And
the other ones start off
the shirts.
Oh, $75. Sorry, yeah, $75 with the shirts. I believe that the other sets are $55 respectively, and I think one's $35. Yeah, 30. It starts at $35 for just the baseline. So you get the coin, the print, and the pin. Then the next one is 3 prints, the coin, and the pin, and then the last one is and then there's the single print, right? The coin.
Wait.
Yeah, no, you had it. That was the right one. Yeah, the single print, a T-shirt, and the coin and the pin, and then the biggest bundle, of course, is all 3 prints, a T-shirt, the coin, and a pin. So again, it's a great bundle. You know, it really helps support the line and helps us get that further into the next line, quote unquote. We'll see what happens for next year. But if you want to find out all the details, we will be having a panel. I don't know if you can bring the panel schedule, Jeff, if you want to just do a quick search for San Diego Comic-Con programming.
Oh, let me just do that here on the main SDCC page.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. I thought I had that window open. All right, let's see here.
Jamlin, yes, those Remco coins are, but these are like these aren't plastic. These are 100% metal. They are heavy. These coins, they're beautiful. They're actually gold plated, as you can see. Not real gold, of course, but they look the part though, right? They're beautiful.
I guess you can't actually tell people it is and then not. Disclaimer: these aren't real gold.
They're not real gold coins,
right?
No, they are real gold coins. Okay.
Yes. All right. What day?
Well, first of all, before we move on, a lot of great things happening on Thursday. Thursday seems to be the toy panel central.
Thursday is insane. So much stuff.
Every freaking toy panel you could imagine is all there. And our panel's on Thursday too, which is nuts, right? So if we want to narrow it down a little bit, Jeff, if you just want to do a quick search in the search box and type in toy, it'll narrow down a whole bunch of stuff for us, and we can just go through some of the panels and get really excited. Even easier. There are some exciting things going on. Thursday is the day, and luckily for me too, because I'm actually not there on the weekend. I'm only there from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm leaving Saturday morning, which really hurts me because Saturday is the day. You know what I mean? But it looks like I'm lucky. I'm so lucky because it looks like most of the panels that I want to visit are on the Thursday. So here we go. As we can see here, first one's not that, like 10 a.m. 82 Here's the Superhero cereal boxes. Okay, cool. But Cosplay 101. So we can start off with Jack specific design, costumes, and upcoming releases. That's interesting, but not too much there for us to dissect.
We can see what they're going to talk about with their Simpsons line. I'm curious because I had some really great Simpsons lines in the past, and will this mash up to it, or will it just be kind of like it's not as good? The 11/15.
Oh, WWE Elite Squad panel. This one's gonna be good.
Brother. Dig it.
It's gonna be fun.
Rainbow
Upper
Bright
Deck is having a panel with Neopets. Rainbow Bright, 40 Years of Happiness. Oh my God, that's gonna be fun.
When is the SDCC panel on the new starting lineup wave?
Oh, shots fired.
I need my Caitlin Clark. See, I mean, I feel like that line was so botched because this is exactly the kind of thing that would have done really well Like they could have sold these and been sold out.
It's
Like the demand for them would have been crazy for that two pack.
it's you know what? It's getting a little too out of hand though, man. Like there's a lot of negative things going on there. I just wish they could go back to playing basketball. Come on, just
This
get
is
back on the court and start playing
this is our
basketball, girls.
modern day Bird and
Come on.
Magic.
Yes,
I'm
I get that, but they need more eyes on this sport, and I hope that they can all bury the hatchet and just get back to playing. It would look so amazing. But you know what? Back in the day, when as you
talking
said,
basketball.
back in the day when Detroit was taking on L.A. and then Chicago, it was a rough sport, man. They were going to fisticuffs. They were literally going to box each other. It was crazy, right?
Oh yeah,
The bad boy Pistons. Come
that's
on, that was
oh yeah.
today's kids
That's when sports
with
were
with
sports.
no touch basketball. Come on,
Oh gosh, it's
it's
rough.
just wrong. Excited to see what
Undercover
McFarlane
Colts.
and Hasbro
It's
cook up. Ooh, yes. We're going to talk about that,
well,
by
they
the way.
will.
We're
I'm
going to talk
sure
about
there's
that.
going to be at least like 15 or 20 things from
Absolutely.
both of those lines. I mean, geez, you say Hasbro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least 3 lines for
Well,
me.
yeah.
So
Well,
I'd assume there's going to be
we
more
already
than one
have
point.
we've already seen the Transformers. Like they touch on Transformers, they touch on G.I. Joe, right? So we're gonna see a lot more of that. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, Randall,
Then of course
you
Marvel Legends.
did you find it or did somebody find it? I'm guessing somebody found it, right?
No, they're
So
starting to pop up.
yeah, we see Todd McFarlane talk Spawn movie. I wonder what's going on. Does that mean there's going to be a new Spawn movie, or was it the old Spawn movie? I'm thinking it's the new
It's
Spawn
the
movie.
same one that he's been working on for all this time with Jamie
I know.
Foxx.
He just keeps
Uh
talking about it.
yeah, it's just maybe we're going to see another one of that figure with him and Spawn. All upcoming
Hopefully,
comic projects, but this is interesting because I'm not quite sure. They didn't say DC Comics and Marvel Comics. They said Spawn movie, and I don't know if this is just related to the Spawn stuff or just all this stuff that he's working on.
absolutely. Well, hopefully they'll pull something together. Lego's got a panel with Ninjago. That's interesting. And then I've got to be here. I'm definitely gonna be 1:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I'm gonna be
No
in that.
way. That's the
I'm
last panel I
Yes.
thought you'd be at.
No, I know, right? Like, what's this Motu stuff? I don't know what Motu is. What is Motu? Um,
Motu?
yeah, this is gonna be crazy. Melody Britt is gonna be there, the voice of Shira. That's exciting. Cam Clark, who a lot of people know as Leonardo, but a few people know that he was actually the voice of He-Man in the 2000X series. And Anthony DeLonghi, who played Blade in the Master Universe motion picture. So that's a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see this. And they put in quotes. They put in quotes
God,
that
where'd it go?
for the honor of Grayskull. So that leads me to believe that Princess of Power line is going to be front and center for that panel. So I'm really excited to see what's going to be coming up there. And I'm hoping and praying that more Master Universe movie figures are going to be announced on that one. That one's going to be a lot
All
of
right,
fun.
so what do you want to see? Because I mean, you're my guy with Masters of the Universe. What are your like top 4 figures you hope to see, either name leaks or we see them in prototype form?
I literally did a full video on what I would like to see for the movie figures. Um,
Uh-huh.
so if anybody wants to watch that video, check it out on my channel. But in terms of like what I have to see come out for Origins, Rio Blast has to come out. We need Rio Blast. He's got to come out eventually. Moduloc is a must have. We need him. We need him. We
Yes.
need Moduloc 100%. And if I had to really just like ask and beg and plead for something for the Masterverse, I would say that the Ultimate He-Man and the Ultimate Sorceress from Revolution. The spoilers ahead. The 2 characters that showed up at the end of the series. We need to have those. Those are absolute must
This
haves.
one we're
So
talking
yeah,
about here,
that
Jay.
was the
This
one. The
one?
SDCC panel. Yep. So if you guys want to see my predictions or my wish list for the movie figures, because that was where everything was. I literally talk about there's that ugly face of mine. I literally talk about all the must haves, want haves, right? All this crazy stuff that I was hoping for. So yeah, guys, definitely check out that video. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my wish list right now. And at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, I think they're going to reveal the Snake Lair. I think they're gonna show
Oh, finally see what it looks like.
Lady Slither's Snake Lair. I think that's going to be the big, huge centerpiece, which was,
Nice.
unlike the just like what they did with Eternia 2 years ago. I think it's going
Yeah.
to be nice. It's going to be huge. So yeah,
Very.
very excited to see what's going to happen there. So
Have you already measured out the space you'll need for it?
I am in the process of figuring out where I'm moving, actually. So I have
Nice.
those, like, yeah, oh no, nice, not so nice. I don't actually know what I'm doing. So again, things are happening, right? Things are moving, but I'm gonna have to find new spaces for my stuff. I think that's what's gonna
Gosh.
happen. Yeah, and on that same day, just gonna mention this really quickly. My friend Mariano Niciesa. Some of you might recognize the name. I'm not gonna give any spoilers away, but his brother is kind of famous for one reason or another. He's got a movie coming up really, really soon. But Mariano Niciesa, the one of the principals of Apex Comics, the Apex Comics group is having a panel at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and they are going to be putting out details of their new Phaser action figure, which is going to be in cooperation with Coffin Collectibles. So it's going to be a great panel. I'm actually going to be there because they invited me to talk a little bit about Flippor on that panel. So that's going to be happening at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's going to be a lot of fun. His brother created someone very, very special who's going to be appearing in a movie a little later this year. I'll leave it for all you comic book nerds out there who know who I'm talking about. Again, my friend, his name is Mariano Niciesa. If anybody can figure out whose brother is,
I did know. I had no idea how that last name was pronounced. I realize now I've been butchering it all these years.
It took me a while. I used to say nice. I used to say
like everything, but everything but the way you said it.
Oh, a couple of people have already figured it out. Oh my gosh. Ooh. You know, this is the brother, though. This is his brother. Okay, he's a comic book writer, comic book illustrator. So
is it Fabian or Fabian?
It is Fabian. It's Fabian Niciesa. And again, he's had to educate me on that multiple times, because I used to say Nicieta. I used to say everything. Right? I used to say any other way you would imagine. I used to say it like Nicey Nessa, right? And he finally, he's finally set me straight. So there you go.
Niciesa.
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 Yeah,
wow.
Niciesa.
Okay.
Yeah. Mariano,
I have to bookmark this so I make sure when I'm mentioning Fabian all the rest of the time.
It is a beautiful name. The way you way you pronounce it. The first time I heard it, I was like, really? Wow, that's awesome. Niciesa.
Flows off the tongue.
Like, wow, that rolls off the tongue. When you figure out how to say it, it rolls off the tongue. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But before that, you're like Nichi Nessa, Nichi.
The tongue and the brain are just not cooperating. Right. La 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 la.
So if you guys want to check out the Apex Comics panel, if you guys are coming, I would appreciate it, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
If you're in town, guys, 4 p.m. Pacific time, so that you should be wide awake at that point. So make sure to roll through. That sounds like fun, and you get to support our guy Mega J Retro. So let us take a picture if you do.
I'd love to see you guys. I would love to see you guys there. Please yell. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of cool stuff. We got 85 Years of Batman. A look back with the professionals. That's going to be a lot of fun. At 5 o'clock, what do we got there?
There's this little independent brand that has
what is that?
Big one.
I don't know what that is. We don't need to go to that. That's not that necessary. It's
probably not going to be important.
I'm going to be running. It's going to be crazy.
A live launch.
Oh, do I have to leave the room? Do I have to leave the room? I don't think I have to leave the room.
Let's see. So this was room 25 ABC.
Two doors down. I'm gonna have to just like bolt across. I'm gonna have to excuse myself. That's gonna be that room's gonna be packed. I'm gonna be in the back. I'm gonna be all the way in the back, just like standing room only. It's gonna be terrible. Maybe I can go through the. You know how you can actually go through the back ways of convention centers? I'm gonna have to go through the back and then almost like make it seem as if I'm part of the crowd. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be.
You're gonna be like a really big deal. Excuse me, I've got to go. Sorry, I can't take any photos. Gotta go to another panel.
Oh man, it's that's where it works, right? But yeah, GI Joe Hasbro GI Joe panel. And if you actually look at the description, oh, let's read this first.
Oops,
What was that?
there we go.
I learned how to say Fabian's name from the roundtable interview with X-Men Animated VHS tape that was sold in Pizza Huts. In the Good for you, Ryan. Good for you. Right? So you knew how
Yeah,
to say Niciesa. You knew how to say that exactly. Excellent, my friend. Excellent.
I'm
That is
really
very
upset now because I really became a Domino's guy uh, in the early '90s, but I'm kind of missing the Friday night or Saturday night family sitting around the booth at Pizza Hut. I don't know what happened because I was really all into Domino's, but I'm nostalgic for Pizza Hut in that moment. Robert Christensen, the Pride of the X-Men,
yes. Yes.
version 2. Will
If
the
you look
panel be live streamed? I'm sure your
at
favorite YouTuber who is there will be, and I'll try to put it up because I'm going to be losing my mind like the rest of you. And of course,
I'm
doing
definitely going to be
immediate
doing.
reactions.
I am definitely going to be putting some stuff up. You guys can guarantee it. So,
My
and
man, thank
and you
you.
never know. I might be simul streaming it with a good friend. You know that's very possible. You never know. So
Outstanding.
it could be simul streaming with a good friend. You never know.
I'll check in with you to see
Yeah,
if you got it.
100%. We'll definitely do it. Joe panel's
Joe,
30 minutes. No. It's not 30 minutes. It's these are times to start, not times to end. So what you see at 5 o'clock p.m. that will go on until 6 o'clock p.m. Right. The next panel in a different room starts at 5:30. Right. So I think that's what you're thinking, right? No, that's not how that works. There's a different room in a different building entirely, practically. That's probably
this is
it's
room
room 10.
10.
Yeah, that's room 10. Right. So Hasbro gets 3. So if you look at Hasbro, I'll give you a little insight onto this. Jeff, if you want to hover over Hasbro again. So Hasbro takes up rooms 25, A, B, and C. So room 25 can actually split into 3 different rooms. So they're not taking one room; they're taking 3
Ah,
rooms. All right, so it's a big room. That's why.
one, two,
That's why I'm
three.
saying by the time I get there, I'm gonna be. They're gonna either tell me you can't come in, or it's gonna be standing room only. So it's gonna be that. But I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna run from my panel and then just run over and get to the GI Joe panel. It's gonna be hilarious.
And your
And
run
then
will not be complete
yeah, there we
at
are
7 p.m.
at 7 p.m. That is going to be a lot of fun. A little old property called Flippor and the Champions in Affinity. If you want to right click on that, Jeff, and say open a new tab, that should be,
Oops.
or actually I think it's the link. See, oh, never mind. Yeah, let's see if it
This should
popped it
be.
up. I don't think it. Yep, there it is.
There we go.
So there we go, guys.
It is.
So if you guys are interested, Thursday, July 25th at 7 p.m. through 8 p.m., room number 4 in the main building. So it's not a hugely gigantic room, but we are in the main building, which is very, very exciting. Flipboard and the creative team, Matt
Very
Hatter,
cool.
Mega J Retro, Renders Effects, Mr. Home Arcade, Ramen Toy. As many of us are going to try and make it down there, but of course, Ramen is all the way in China, so it's very difficult for them to get here. But we do have good friends of the channel. I couldn't get it into the description. Yes, I couldn't get into the description, but Toy Habits will be there as well. So we're gonna have
Nice.
a lot of great fun. And you can see right there, Mariano Nichizea, Nichi
See, I
Niciesa.
messed you up.
Niciesa.
Niciesa.
Niciesa. That's right. There he is.
It
You
does
can see
sound
right there.
nice saying it.
Writer, artist, publisher of Apex
Niciesa.
Comics. Right. So he will be there as well. And we're going to be talking about Phaser a little bit and the Hildebrand action figure line. And Mariano, if you're listening, I'm just a little bit of fun. You don't have to kill me. I know how to say your name. It's all good. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. And we will have SG Belaze, writer of Luminaire Books, Mythical Hunters. They're going to be there just have a little bit of time to talk about their new projects as well. So it's going to be a
Nice.
lot of fun. Yeah, we are so humbled to be invited to actually talk about. Not invited, sorry. We are so excited to have been selected for a panel. And huge thanks to San Diego Comic Con for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah,
This is
it's
gonna
big
be-
stuff, man. Congratulations.
yeah, like we're excited. We are super excited.
Yeah. Living the dream.
We're trying, Jeff. We're trying. Hopefully, financially, we'll be able to get something else out of it because it's like everyone's like, oh, you went over your goal. Yeah, but that's just barely. And there at the end of the day, when we're done with this, there's not going to be much left. And everybody thinks, yo, you made so much money. Not really. At the end of the day, we just wanted to create an action figure which you guys could enjoy. And everybody who supported this project, we really hope you enjoy the final version of Flippor, because he's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you guys do enjoy that. So if you are interested, head over to our pre-order store. If you scroll up again, Jeff, you can see all of the wonderful variations that you can pick up. Scroll down. Yeah, so these are the bundles for the collectible bundles, but you can pick up actual action figures right now. Flippor, Flaker, the Botchas, the Flipbot soldiers, the Flakebot soldiers, all the variants, the stealth Flippor, the gold Flippor, the glow in the dark Flippor, and then all the multiple packs, just a little bit lower. So if you want to start army building, you can pick up Flippor with 2 bots, stealth Flippor with 2 bots, gold Flippor with 2 bots, glow in the dark Flippor with 2 bots, a perfect customizer's dream with 2 bots, or Flaker with 2 of his flake bots. So it's a lot of fun, guys. Thank you again for supporting the line. This has been one heck of a journey, and we're so humbled by everyone who's been supporting us so far. And of course, if you want to get your hands on the official currency of Flippor and the Champions of Neferity, all you got to do, and this thing's a massive coin, right? I don't know if you guys realize just how big this thing is. Let me see if I can
put it up with the other hand.
I got a quarter. All right, so this is a quarter. This is a Canadian quarter, but it's the same size as an American quarter.
Up, John.
So, oops, that's
Northern Nomad. What's up?
That is a different thing entirely. Where's my quarter? I had a quarter here yesterday. I swear I had a quarter. Wait a second here. I know I've
just got to flip it.
Exactly. All right, there we go. So, trust me, this is an American. This is the size of an American quarter. Okay, but look at the size. So if that's supposed to be an American, think of that as an American quarter, because it's the same size, right? That is the size of this collector's coin. It is literally you can put the quarter inside and just cover. You can't even cover the face. It is so big. This is a wonderful collector's item. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Flipper Frank's face on one side, and on the other side we do have the Champions of Neferity, just like that.
Champions.
Yeah. Woo, thank you, Jeff. I hope you guys.
Absolutely.
I hope to see some of you guys there. It'll be a blast to meet you guys, and we are very, very excited.
Method to Madness says, between Dr. Bill's high gas prices, my current pre-order is coming up, and oh my gosh, Jay, the Transformers Studio Series 86 Springer and Bumblebee slated for October.
Oh my god, that's killing me.
Hey, they're coming tomorrow.
That's killing me.
Like, what are you doing?
I know. That is just killing me, brother. And then we have the announcement of Studio Series Optimus Prime. What is he like? The leaked pictures, or quote unquote leaked pictures. If that's actually what he looks like, I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna faint if that's actually what he looks like. That is just crazy. MJR, tell me that big cone is worth like $100. It's worth whatever it is you think it's worth. I'm gonna go ahead and say it that way, but it can be yours for the low price of $35, and you get a lot of other stuff with it. So you should definitely and look. I'm not lying about this. It's not plastic. That is the thing of metal, my friend.
You got to bite into it, Jay.
This is a metal freaking coin. Yes, it's $100. Yes, absolutely. $100. Just kidding. No, $35.
It's worth whatever you can flip it for.
Exactly. $35, and it's yours, my friends. $35 and it's yours. 100%. That's the nominal cost that you can go ahead and spend the $55 if you want. If you want the bundle, if you want all the prints, if you want the t-shirt, if you want the pin. And the pin is pretty sweet too. I don't know if you guys saw it really quickly. It's an enamel pin, and it looks badass. And if you actually read the caption there, it says "screw off" in binary. It tells you exactly where to go. So, and it's a wonderful enamel pin, and we're very happy that this came out so well. That's
I like the way those colors pop on it too. It's like they're really sharp and catch your eye even from like that kind of a distance.
And it's heavy, eh? Like the way it hangs off your shirt. It's like it'll do one of these. You get this pull Look at this
Yeah,
pull. I'm just
like,
kidding. You can put it on your
who
hat.
needs that collar?
The hat's where you want to wear it. I'll take it to Pawn Stars, see what I can get for it. Yes, by all means, take it to the Pawn Stars, see what they'll do with it. Wow, Warbird, yes, absolutely. Again, I was kind of the term Warbird is still kind of like I don't know. I know people were saying, "Oh, but that's what she was always called." I don't know.
I love that name for her. I
Are
hate
you serious?
I
Really?
do, I do, because Miss Marvel just sounded like, I'm a whack version of Captain Marvel. And I like and when I started reading, Monica was Captain Marvel. So, Warbird was her own distinct name. And I love that costume. But yeah, so I'm gonna toy tube fight you over that. I love Warbird for her on that.
I'm not fighting nobody. If you like the name, all the power to you. It's one of those things where whenever I see if you put a picture of Warbird and Captain America, I'm literally saying those are two Captain America pictures, and somebody's like, no, it's not. That's Warbird and that's Captain America. Be like, okay, like we don't have
Now
to
you
fight.
say Captain America, you meant Captain Marvel?
Sorry, Captain Marvel. Sorry, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. That's Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, right? I mean, like that's what it ended up being. Because again, like let's just say Carol Danvers. That's Carol Danvers, and I'm not wrong there. That is Carol Danvers. So
I think the other problem is that there's a Captain Marvel, with there was the Marvel
well,
of
there's
Marvel.
there's Miss Marvel now, right? And then there's
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, and then there's Marvel. I guess that's what they're calling him now, right?
But
So
there's also that DC Captain Marvel, which messes
yeah,
everything
that
up.
was
And I
the
think that's where
yeah
they
that
were
was
like,
that
no,
that was that constant struggle, that constant fight back then. It's crazy, right? Shazam! Yeah,
Shazam.
you can't really call a
David
dude
Thanos.
Shazam if you can't even call himself Shazam, right? Because boom, there.
Were you able to take advantage of this GameStop sale? Excuse me.
Up here in Canada, we don't have sales, brother. We don't have sales up here in Canada. In
Oh
Canada,
man.
nothing goes up for sale.
Oh, that's terrible. So this whole amazing buy one get 40% off,
No, no. Wait,
just a
we
no
have
go.
those. No, okay. So truth. Let's not call a spade a spade. We will get something like that every now and then. And as you guys know, so those of you who watch me toy hunt, every now and again, every so often, um, up here in Canada, they have $5 Fridays in Canada. So
Mm.
every so often, once in when the moon is blue, you'll find that they're just clearancing out Marvel Legends figures for $5, and people go nuts. People go absolutely ape shit up here, right? So there you go. There's $47.99 for so you buy one. So it's a BOGO on this one.
Well, basically, it's
Oh,
40% off instead of 50. But
that's
what's
awesome.
crazy here is he's not available now. And there was a point in this sale that you could have gotten him, you could have gotten Ghost Rider, you could have gotten Luke Cage and
Oh,
Iron Fist. And of
dang.
course, it's like, now this you could also get like these Joes. So if you happen to have them in your store, it was awesome. But the shipping is 79 for free shipping.
Yeah,
And of
yeah,
course, if you're getting, Joe's,
yeah.
you're not able to really take advantage of that sale. But it was great for the Marvel Legends. It doesn't
Absolutely.
really knock out maybe as much as I would have liked, but here you go. You can get Naugahyde. He's
Yeah,
one.
that's a
I
good one.
think he's still available. Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
So there's some 44, 49 figures that you could have gotten and taken great advantage of. David says, so you're moving to the US to take advantage of these.
You
That's what it
know,
is.
you know what? Uh, again, we have different types of sales too. Like I said, once in a blue moon, we'll get a $5 Friday, which is what they call them, right? Every Friday they have $5 for a whole bunch of different items, and every once in a while we will get Marvel Legends in there, GI Joe in there. We will get DC Multiverse. So I picked up a whole bunch of crap, tastic action figures that nobody wants, but only for $5. You know what I mean? So it made a lot of sense. And every once in a while, you will get a juicy one, like Firestar. Firestar at one point was only $5. Same thing with I think I was able to get most of the build a figure for what's it called Tri Sentinel. I almost built. I was going all over town just trying to build Tri Sentinel, and I got really close for $5 each. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. So when it comes down to that, you really are getting. But it's always those ones that can't move. So that's how it works, and just like now. So
Thank you, KJ. So they're just toying with my emotions anyway. Just yeah, I always
Absolutely.
find I have better luck going to the stores than trying to take advantage of their online deal because it's not as fun to navigate.
Oh yeah. And it's always great when you have it in hand. You go up to the cashier and she rings you out, and you're like, yes, yes,
Would you like to take advantage of your $5? Yes, I would. Let's put it all on there.
absolutely. And then of course, if you're what's it called, an Edge member, we call it Edge up here, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
you
think
can
it's
still,
called Pro here.
yeah, you can still get,
Yeah.
your percentage off, right? So I don't
Yes,
know,
yes.
5 or 10%. It's crazy, Again,
Every little
lots of
bit.
great things happening in the toy world right now. Um, so Jeff, do you want to maybe chat about what else are we chatting about tonight?
Well, I'd love to get your thoughts because I say this every time I get a live mic to talk about G.I.
Oh boy,
Joe.
got a hot
And
take.
since I just mentioned Doc and Naugahyde, we got this G.I. Joe brand panel.
Oi, 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 oi.
And they're
We're
gonna be
going.
talking about they're gonna do the
We're going.
live launch of the
We're going to the
classified series
brand.
HasLab.
We're going to brand panel now. We're going to the brand panel. So we're talking about what are we asking about? We're asking about the HasLab. Is that what we're asking about, or what are we talking about?
I feel like this has been is it been the most obvious HasLab that you
Yeah,
see
they
in
are
any
dropping.
movie?
They're no longer dropping hints anymore. They're basically telling us
Oh
what
yeah,
it is. I
there it is.
mean, it's always bad, good, and the Dragonfly was just so successful, out of the park. But there are a lot of I feel like if the Engine of Vengeance hadn't gone the way it did, I think the Dragonfly would have been 300 plus. You know what I mean? It would have been like astronomical. But because of the way they did it, because of what happened, Dragonfly was super successful, and now, well ahead, they're dropping hints like flies. People are basically, know. And then I don't know if you pretty much saw it. You saw the poster with
The Rattler lady,
Homework Commander and I want
right?
you
I
in
want
the Cobra Army, right? And it's like, what the heck is that symbol? I know that
right.
symbol. I've seen those wings
Oh,
before.
wait a second. I
I
think I
have
still
seen
have it
those
up
wings
here.
before.
Yeah, they're
I've seen those wings before.
the
So
marketing team wants to put in no effort. I love all the teases last year. The Dragonfly was like, "Oh, what is this code? I think this. Oh man, it was so much fun." This one's like, "Listen, we're doing the Rattler, and we don't need to put any more work into it. You're gonna get it. We know that." And it's like, "Yeah, we are." But yeah, I really like the amount of teases and fun with they had like Quick Kick and Chuckles doing
yeah,
surveillance. That was fun.
that was
This
cool.
is just kind of here you go.
Yeah, this was the icing on the cake. This was the boof. We want
Right.
you, and it's got these wings. It's like, why do they have wings? No, if you're a GI Joe fan, you know exactly what this means. So
Yeah.
and it's Regal
Not
Cobra.
Nemesis Enforcer.
Exactly. It's Regal Cobra Commander too. It's not even traditional Cobra Commander. This is like the Cobra Commander we had from the very beginning of the series. So it's really cool to see this. Heck, it showed the hiss on the cake as a teaser during a live stream. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how more blatantly obvious can you be? I mean, this is pretty much a done deal. If you know what, if they pull the wool over our eyes, if they all of a sudden come out with a Mamba or something like, you know what I mean, like if they come out with something crazy and just blindside all of us,
Right.
right? Here comes the Raven. Here comes the Raven. We're like what the hell?
And it would be so tone appropriate for Cobra to pull the wool over our eyes.
Pretty
Like,
much.
gotcha. Controlled you perfectly.
And then you'll get a one of those trailers, because those trailers are fun. It's like,
They were.
I made fools of GI Joe. He's just going absolutely crazy. People lose their minds, man. It'll be awesome.
Chamberlain says, I distaste the EOV. The classified team has been handling things very differently than the other brands from the beginning. Absolutely. Yeah. I almost feel like they know we're gonna buy whatever they show. Where it's like, let's not use any of the marketing budget here. Let's do a quick mock-up on a 5-minute intern. Let's give him let's just instead of a regular just throw in the Rattler logo in there. We'll call it a day, and maybe we'll add in another figure. But yeah, like the Star Wars one with the cantina. Oops, we had a mistake. We're gonna have to push it back 2 weeks, and we're not gonna include any more time for it. It's just Now it's 30 days.
Yep.
So hope you guys have got $500 tucked away under your wallet.
Oh, just exactly, exactly. No, I hear you, gentlemen. I hear you. It's just that when you look at the parallels, though, right? And you've heard it from me, right? You've heard it from me, and I said, from the beginning that every single time they have a successful campaign, they push another $50. That if you look historically, that seems to be what they kept doing. The Sentinel was a certain price, and all of a sudden the next one was another $50, another $50, and it was crazy. So with the Engine of Vengeance, they were riding high. They were what, 6-0? It was like 4-0, I
No,
think.
because they didn't get the Rancor by
No,
that point.
I'm talking about Marvel. Marvel was like 6-0. Oh, sorry, 4
No,
4-0, 4-0. They
they had
had not.
done no, I think that was the third one. So we
Yeah, fine.
had
Fine, 3-0.
Sentinel Galactus, and
Yeah.
then that was it.
Yeah, but it was 3-0. They were on a perfect record up until then, right? And then all of a sudden they did the Engine of Vengeance, and it's
Wonk,
literally
wonk.
destroyed that one. GI Joe, I think is GI Joe batting 1,000.
They're
And
2-0. Well, I mean, I guess for classified, yeah, the Sky Striker funded. So if you want to include that, that's a 3.75 inch. So they're 3-0. Any way you shake it,
yeah,
and I have no reason to suspect that the classified Rattler is going to fail. It's gonna be like,
no,
but here's how the HasLab is over on Pulse nowadays.
whoa,
And it's so much
that's
wasted
weird.
space.
That is so
And
strange.
I want to see because earlier it was this. I hate this layout
Are you
so much.
are you zoomed in at all?
No, I'm
You're not
not
zoomed
zoomed
in.
in
This
at
is actually
all.
a full frame. Wow.
Yeah, so I just minimized it to a ridiculous amount.
Oh gosh.
Um,
This is the way it should look.
this
In my opinion, it should look like this.
was
You
funny
know?
because you can't see all of the past projects
Yeah.
unless.
Weird.
Let me see here, because earlier when I checked on here, you could actually see the Engine of Vengeance. There you go. And they had it messed up. They had it as it funded, which is kind of funny. But see, you can't do the old school look like, all right, how many people backed it? I think they wanted to take out like, oh, it only had
What?
5,000. It
Are you
made, so like
serious?
this stuff, this historic data
No.
that was really nice to get. But they do
Come
still have the
on.
price. But yeah.
That's not, come on. People want to know. Like
Mhm.
historically, people want to know.
Right.
That's
They're gonna
kind
have
of
to save
weird,
your
man.
videos with all that. And I just did one talking about this, comparing this to the ramen toys, a ramen racer, but
Yeah.
now you don't have that information right in hand through the pulse. And let me do another backtrack here and see if you can see this for, like, let's say the dragonfly. All right, so here we go. Dragonfly, it funded. So, look at that. So they're not
There
afraid
you
to
go.
put this out for their success story. So needed 10,000, got 24,764.
That's hilarious. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that is funny.
I'm kind of here for that
That is
level of pettiness though.
that is funny. That is funny.
274, and I think what the his tank was 299.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I was saying, right?
yeah.
But again, it was no, the history. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think that, no, wasn't the HasLab 250, or how much was his tank? Was
The
it two
his
ninety
was
nine?
299. It was 299. They dropped the price for the dragonfly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but again, when you think about the size of the Dragonfly, you're like, why did it drop, right? But again, like I think that it really did.
Yeah, it was
You're
299.
100% correct. They dropped to $25, but that's my point, right? I think it was almost like okay, don't abandon us.
Please don't. Yeah.
Just here's an olive branch, just a bit of an olive branch, just a little bit, right?
And then, like, to continue with that, is the next Marvel one that we got. I think what really happened, they were scared after Star Wars stumbled and bumbled. So they even took Giant Man. They went with something that was pretty relatively
Yes,
cheap on that scale. So they
they
made
went
him
safe.
199.
That was probably the
And
safest. That was, to me, that was the safest HasLab in a while,
absolutely. And
right?
I was like, I was screaming, y'all need to, and see, like, you see this right here? I don't know if you can make it
Yeah.
out. Galactus not funded.
What the
He
hell?
was.
What
He
does
was
that
so
mean?
funded. And
What the
they
hell? What?
I don't know what they are doing
Failed.
here. He funded.
No. This is
Fine.
you know what? This is an unreleased beta.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was wild. They don't have it done yet.
this is a beta. Somebody published a beta. This thing's not finished yet. This is not good. This is not a good look.
Well, that's why we haven't gotten an email.
You
ICTV,
did,
I'm sure. I
you
mean,
did a video on this, right? Because this is it's
I'm
not
supposed to
good.
know.
You got
I just look at it like, what is
Oh,
happening?
Jeff, you got to break this. You got to break this. This is one of those things which will get people upset. You just got to say on your thumbnail, Jeff, you got to do this. You got to do this. Say, wait a second. It's like, wait, big question mark. Galactus failed, right? And then you do this whole. No, Jeff, you don't understand. This is a great video. You got to do it now before they change it again.
Right.
This is a great video.
And then everyone in the comments will go, "You're wrong, bro.
No, but
It's
that's the
actually
point.
right."
But that's the point, right? That's the point. You okay. This is how you do ethical clickbait. I'm not even joking. Okay, Jeff, follow me here. Follow me here. This is how you do ethical clickbait. All right, it's clickbaiting so much that it's the truth. It actually is like saying that. Look, okay. So one of my more popular videos in the last year was when I put up Tila, the new Tila, and I showed that one of my somebody reviewed the figure and actually literally took off her top, right? So the title of my video, get this, the title of the video was Tila topless. That's all it was. That's all it was. And that video got almost like 10K. I think it was such just a really crazy video, but it's what I consider ethical clickbait because I did not lie. She was topless because she took off her top. But other people make assumptions as to what top. Now I didn't help my case. I did this. If you look at the screen, if you go back to my channel, you know what? Just go back to my channel for a really quick second, Jeff. Let me like if people don't know what I'm talking about, I think people are gonna lose their minds when they see this. They're gonna be like, Jay, you're such a fraud. Jay, what the hell? It's gonna be, but it's what I consider ethical clickbait. And the rage comments I got on that was hilarious. It was really
I bet.
It was crazy.
I mean, if we can't do it without the rage comments, what are we even doing?
It was so much fun. I know ITC Vinny, ethical clickbait is an oxymoron. Go to videos. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you see? Yeah. So here's
41,000.
Oh, did it go 41,000? Wow. Okay.
People really wanted to see that.
Here's a quick tip for you, Jeff. If you want to try this, click on the contextual menu, the three dots. Click on the three dots. Click on share. This is a fun way of doing these things. Click on embed. Okay, highlight the link, only the link. So just like grab from the HTTPS, go to the top. Grab from the HTTPS all the way to the end of the quotes. So click it once. No, just click it once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, click it again.
On
the HTTPS.
Okay,
I don't know why it's not doing it for you. All right. So right click on that and say copy. We'll just do the old-fashioned way. Open up a new tab. Actually, you know what? Let's just see it here. I mean, there it is. Right. This is just easier. You see how I covered?
Yes, that was.
So I conveniently, okay, and again, this is ethical clickbait, okay? So I conveniently just went as far down as I could because she's actually got a bustier, right? When you actually come down to it. So basically, I literally just lowered it as far down as I could and covered, right? And of course, the caption on the thumbnail is "Whoa, Tila," right? So it's like and you know what? It works. It works, Jeff. So I call it.
They lost their minds.
No, it did. People literally lost their minds, and the rage clicks. Oh my god, the comments. If you click on it, like some of the comments are just ridiculous. Like it was just.
You lied to me, Mega J.
Please, I want to save up $32. Absolutely. Like, look. So that was the actual right there, Cobweb. A huge shout out to him. He actually was brave enough to take off her top. So huge thanks to him for doing that. Right, and right there we see grateful primate. I was expecting tassels.
This is not Sin City.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't really excited when I heard about the cartoon collection, but I'll have to admit, see, some people are cool about it. But like some people are literally like they were like so pissed off. It was just ridiculous. It's gonna take a while to find a really bad one because I think most of them are like positive at the top, and then they get progressively worse as you. But
Those are the
yeah, man.
ones you stop responding to.
People. All right. What's that? I'm nitpicking. What is
Where
what
did it
was it?
go?
Cabo
Went
collector.
too fast.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see here.
It might be. It was probably because it was the first couple of
Oh,
comments that were kind of like, you know.
oh, he was talking about Trapjaw.
I know.
Really hate it when people would put
Hey, there it is.
question
There it
marks
is.
in their title. You know they're clickbaiting you. Makes me look for the not recommended button. Sorry.
Someone was not happy that they didn't see the titties. They didn't see the titties, and they're like, "How dare you? How dare you not show me the titties?" Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Okay, there it is. Wasn't sure what to expect when I clicked on the video, but after watching it, I feel like Stan Marsh when he says, "And you're never really going to get good at, you're never going to really get a look at her naked body anyway."
Marsh.
Yeah, I get people were just so. I was like, it's funny when you see some of the things that people say when they don't get to see the titties, man. They're like, no,
They're
you
upset.
denied me.
Tesla is Man at Arms' daughter. Not that one, actually.
Mm. I'm
Oh,
having a
man.
difficult time keeping myself
Clickbait
amused.
gets me again. All
Oh
the
my
time.
gosh.
Let's see.
Yeah, there were a few of those. You just have to find them. It was crazy. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I consider it to be ethical because I didn't lie. She went topless, but it's a different type of topless. See, you're just thinking of that. Okay. Anybody who actually said, "Oh, I got to see something special," is like, no, not really. You're just gonna see. She removed her top.
No,
Oh
no,
my god.
Sean, you're right on top of it. That's the definition of ethical. Mega genius
Mega
retro.
Janus retro.
What's going on, Henry G?
How's it going, energy? What are we doing? We're talking about ethical clickbait here.
You guys have been the Mandela affected. You guys have been Mandela affected. Galactus failed, and Engine of Vengeance was a huge
And there we
success.
go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
But
this
I'm
Henry
telling you
G,
straight.
this was all Hasbro Pulse's new website's
I'm
fault.
I'm telling you straight, Jeff. You got to do the Galactus failed. Wait, what? Galactus failed, and then you gotta go through this
I
right
should
there. It
hold my
literally says.
Galactus up and go, Galactus failed?
It literally says. Unfortunately, this project did not meet its backers' goal. You got to do this before it goes down because this is a beta. This is a beta. This is crazy. It only reached 4,679 769 backers. We're living in, and then you say what Jamlin said. We are living in the Mandela effect, guys. This is what happened.
30,000. That's a
Oh,
little ways off of their
just a bit.
projection of
Just a bit.
not being right. Yeah, so I'm not loving the Pulse site
Yeah.
right now.
It is a beta. It is an open beta. It is a mistake. This beta was not supposed to be published right now. And must take advantage, Jeff. Must take advantage.
Robert
You-
Christensen says the HasLab concept has a lot of flaws. At this point, I do not see why Hasbro doesn't create one item specifically for Joe, Star Wars, and Marvel Legend fan. That is priced to build positive equity with their fans. Well, Robert, here you go. I mean, they've done that on several occasions already on Pulse.
Mhm.
And this is why it's always funny to me when they decide to go this route of let's go with the HasLab for these specific brands. Because I mean, with the Vintage Collection, I don't know if you've been with us since the beginning of this episode, but they've done this just recently with the throne room for Boba Fett, 229. That's a HasLab price right there. That was more
Yep.
than Giant Man. So they have done it. I don't know why they feel they've got to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm sure there are more Marvel Legend fans who would pay 150 for a Pulse exclusive 12-inch giant figure and no need to worry about a HasLab. Anyway, so what do you think the price of this Rattler is going to be, Jay?
If they were smart, they'd keep it in very similar. Like, first of all, the real question mark here is how big is this damn thing, right? Because we've already seen the size of the Firefly. If this thing is bigger than the Firefly, I'm sorry,
Dragonfly.
the Dragonfly. If this thing's bigger than
Uh-huh.
the Dragonfly, I'm gonna faint. Okay, this this thing. I mean, a Rattler is way bigger than a Dragonfly. You know what I mean? Like theoretically, anyway. And then again, maybe not. Right? The Rattler's only a two-seat. The Rattler's only a two-seater too,
I
right?
knew I could count on somebody online having both of them from the old days.
Yeah,
So,
from the old
of
days. Yeah,
course.
yeah. Because I know that what it was like a two-seater in the front, and then there's a gunner at the bottom, right? If I'm not mistaken, or was he in the middle?
No, just right behind them. So it's
Right
a
behind him, right? Yeah,
pretty easy setup for having both of those.
yeah,
And the Rattler's really more about the wings.
yeah. The vertical takeoff and lift. Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
it's a VTOL.
And that could be one piece. So let me see here. Here's one that gives a pretty good idea of how what kind of size it could be. Doesn't necessarily have to be the end all definitive take on it, but here's an auction that shows the Rattler.
It is way bigger. I
Well, I
mean,
mean, you could shortchange it because you see it's a lot thinner than the Dragonfly
it
cockpit
is.
area. It's really all of that. I've been doing it, but I see you probably couldn't. I mean, it's a really narrow, slender cockpit section. So here's where the gunner is. There's where your Wild Weasel goes. The bulk of the Rattlers, the wings. And I guess if they just made this one mechanism, because you wouldn't want to have the right wing go up and the left one staying straight. And for those of you, I don't know if you can see it, there's the Rattler logo right there. So, like again, they're not hiding it at all. But comparatively with the size, they're pretty much the same. And if you just kind of consider they don't use all that plastic like the stand, the missile effects, they could reasonably keep it around that same price point.
Yeah, I mean, like this, but this, you know what? Let's just go ahead and answer that question directly. I think you're right. I would hazard a guess that they're probably going to keep it in and around the same. Probably go $25 extra again, just like the has the his tank. And if they do that, I think we're safe.
So
I
let's
think
see.
that if they keep it around that level, I think people will not be upset. I think they'll be okay. And then, of course, and I hate to say it this way, I know people are going to crucify me for this, but the stretch goals do sort of matter in this regard. People are just people, and you need a decent inclusion on the first round, and then, in my opinion, don't hide the at least don't hide the first stretch goal from us. Tell us what the first stretch goal is right off the bat. I think that'll go a long way to get people interested, right? Second, third, right? I don't know. I've always been against not knowing what the rest of them are, and I understand it. It's all about hunting for the anticipation, things like that. But early on, if you don't see any movement on that needle, you gotta make a pretty good decision. And yes, Jalen, absolutely sub 300. That's what I'm hoping for. If it's the exact same price as the Dragonfly, gold. 100% it'll be backed. If it goes 300 flat, which is not bad, 299, I think they'll do well. Other than that, and but I will put a caveat on that saying ultimately it depends on the actual size of the final unit. Because once we see what it is and once the new redesign is made, we will finally see what they're going to do with this. So I think that's what it comes down to.
First stretch goal should not be the scroll.
No, it should be 100%. It should definitely 100% be that scroll head. I agree. You should just live
No,
it
we need the
like
Rancor
as big
scrolls
as
first.
possible, as big as possible. Just put it right there.
Rancor skulls first. Uh
Yes, the Rancor skulls and bones, the skull and
yes.
bones,
And the backdrop. Can't forget
the
about that.
spirals.
Yes. The
That's the
first
virus.
tier will be a sky backdrop for the Rattler. Uh Terrible.
Oh my
Just
god,
that's I'm
that is
still
so good.
I don't know how they botched the Rancor.
Oh,
Uh
that
it
should have been a
doesn't
home run. That should have been a
I
home run.
like looking at this, and this is so unscientific, but it doesn't really seem like it needs to be that far off from the length. So the Dragonfly is 279. I think 299 seems fair because the wings are certainly more substantial than that. Um, yeah, it's going to take up a lot of shelf space for people.
100%. These two are gonna these two are gonna be in your ceiling, basically. That's where they gotta go. They
Yeah,
gotta go in your
yeah,
freaking ceiling, man.
and don't have a fan in that room.
No,
Uh, but looking at this picture, I'm like, "Geez, where are the rest of these vehicles? Let
I
me get
know.
this
Wait,
armadillo."
um,
Where's our thing?
yeah, actually,
Skyhawk, moccasin.
TF Con was today in Toronto,
Uh-huh.
and they actually showed off. I can't remember. You just hovered over it. I can't remember what they call that GI Joe hovercraft.
Which one?
Uh,
This one?
yeah, that one. What is it called again?
The Skyhawk.
Yeah, the Skyhawk.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
showed the
They've got a
Skyhawk.
for 89.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They showed it at the. You know what? Actually, here I have a video of it. They showed a prototype of it at the show. So here, check this out. Here, this is crazy.
Let me do
Like
this.
this thing, it's massive.
It
It
is.
is really massive.
I guess they couldn't throw it. No, they do have a picture of a Joe with it. I almost wonder if it's too big,
It might be. It might actually be too big.
just in terms of the space. Because I thought what was really cool about the Skyhawk was that it wasn't taking up as much space as some of those other vehicles.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to look kind of comparable to the Dragonfly.
I don't think it's as big as
But
Dragonfly, but
yes, that's why
it
this
might
is.
be as big as the Engine of Vengeance. It
Yeah.
actually might be as big as that. So, sorry,
All right, so
the Engine of Vengeance. It might actually be slightly bigger than that. It might be just about
the
that.
Fisto Viper.
Oh, that's hilarious! Oh my gosh.
It's like a
Check
trash
this out.
is a bag of bones of dead Joes. Well, that'll be empty air since if we're going by the
Oh,
cartoon.
yeah.
Topless Tila for tier 2.
No Joe ever died. They never died.
Well, he's not in the comic book. I mean, in the cartoon. The comic book was there. Whew,
Yeah,
way
I
back.
know. Dropping like flies. I could use
So
3 of
3
those.
Rattlers. See, I'm curious about this because
No,
I'm like,
I think he means the Skyhawk. I think he meant 3.
oh,
Yeah, 3 Skyhawks.
I was figuring he wasn't talking about Topless Tila.
Ryan Daly's got a great one. Second tier is Topless Tila.
Yes.
I love it.
Robert Christensen, I wasn't referring to price point, but rather creative input. Why not give feedback on what the fans want prior to pre-production? More transparency with tier goals is also a great suggestion. I've been saying that this past week. And, you know, Motu and Mattel did that with theirs. And I thought that was a great idea. They put 5, was it 5 out there? And so they knew exactly what the fans wanted.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, even Super 7 did it with the Cat Slayer. Like, you know, we knew exactly what we're getting into. That's why Lion-O didn't get funded, because they're like, yeah, Lion-O, how many Lion-Os? I was saying to myself, how many more claw shields do I need? How many more freaking daggers of omens do I need? How many more of these freaking like ultimates things? What do I need another one of these things for? What the hell?
Exactly. Yeah. Worlds Without Ends was so
Worlds
great.
Without End. Yeah.
I wonder if they would do like a, you know, bathrobe Baroness with no glasses and bug-eyed infected Steeler, like a cartoon San Diego Comic Con set.
I think everyone's waiting for a Bikini Baroness. I think everybody's waiting for the Bikini Baroness.
She's got to come back with a Games Master though.
I know.
Coco, so you're making a 3-pack. And I would buy that set.
But again, you know, the Super 7's already done Game Master stuff already, though, right? So I mean, like, it's not out of the realm, right?
No, you're absolutely right.
For the reaction figures, so you know, it's not out of the realm.
Snake Eyes says, question: what do you want to see as tiers, Jeff and Jay?
You know, you mean like crying my eyes out?
It'll be the price tag.
That is a good question, actually. I definitely would like to see. Well, first of all, I want to see a pilot. Obviously, you know, we need a Rattler pilot. That'll be the included figure, 100%.
Wow,
tiers? I don't know.
Well, I mean,
that's a really good question, actually. What should be a tier for this thing?
The Dragonfly came with Wild Bill, so
yeah.
I mean, the Rattler has to come with Wild Weasel.
Yeah, the pilot, Wild Weasel, right?
Yeah,
100% has to come with that. That is actually a really good question. Like, what type? Like, I think what it would have to. Yeah, we would have to get the actual, like, a whole fleet, a whole battalion, not battalion, but like a co-pilot. We'd have to get some sort of like even if they're like newer characters that never were originally created. We need to get another cool pilot. We need to get a gunner. I think they should go with the same tiers that they had similar with the his tank, where they created like similar characters which would fit in that lore, right? They had a gunner, they had a female gunner, they had a male commander, things like that. So I would have a female gunner, a male gunner, right? I would have things along those lines, if anything. And then a weapon, an additional weapons pack, that would be kind of cool, right? But it's got to really tie in well with the Rattler. Jeff, what are you thinking on those ideas?
So one of my favorite issues from the original run was G.I. Joe 34. Baroness and Wild Weasel are squaring off against the Sky Striker, piloted, of course, by Ace and Lady Jays. And it's like this dog fight, and they're going through neighborhoods and all this stuff, and it's great. It is absolutely fantastic. Baroness is with Wild Weasel because she was Cobra Commander's pilot up until the point they introduced Wild Weasel. And I think maybe they could throw in Baroness with a helmet.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, because we
Yes.
still
Like,
don't have that crimson Baroness that's much
yeah.
better than the one we got with the Cobra Coil.
Oh,
They
that would
just
be
repainted her in
awesome.
her classic black, or do the old school blue version
Yeah.
of Baroness. I
Well,
think she would make for a really good tier. She
100%,
would
because
work.
when you think about it, for the Sky Striker, they did Stratosphere, Scarlet, right?
Glenda, yeah.
She was in
Well,
that huge
Glenda,
white
yeah.
suit. So yeah, no, that would be awesome. That would be an awesome stretch goal. I think you're absolutely right. That would be great. And really digging into that deep cut, character roster. That would
Mhm.
be excellent. Yeah, great choice, Jeff. That's a really good. What other parachute? But do you have a pararescue for Cobra, or
They have to. Let me see here.
pretty sure they did.
Cobra para
G.I. Joe
parachute.
can't be the only ones with parachutes. They must have had some.
Cobra
Halo
Commander
jumpers.
doesn't really care about his troopers like the Joes, but there's a Cobra Paratrooper they did in the 25th anniversary line.
Yeah, yeah.
So here you go.
Ryan
This is a
Daly
busy
says a
outfit.
Paraviper. I love it. Paraviper. Gonna get a Paraviper.
Yeah, you're right. I found the photo, Ryan. So yes.
Oh, there he is.
So
There
here
we
you go. The
go.
Paratrooper.
All right. I think we have a prediction right now. I think we're gonna get a Cobra Paratrooper. I think
And
that would be really cool.
that's a simple ripcord repaint.
100%.
Of
Little
course, they
flares,
just did Night Force
little
ripcord.
little flares on the forearms.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah.
really cool, right? Absolutely. He looks, even the 3 3/4, he looks awesome. He looks freaking awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my god,
It's
that was a
that's why I
really good.
really was upset with them doing that Night Force ripcord, because I wanted him, and it's like, well, now I still gotta wait to get the other. Now here's another one they could do. Of course, geez, why did that take so long to do this? Let me see here. Cobra Paratroopers. Oh, really? I mean, if you're gonna go with a variant, let's do this. Because gosh, how in the world? And I think everyone would be totally on board with this one. Uh, these guys
Oh, come on.
crashing through the
That's not even
sky comes a fearful cry of
okay. All
Cobra.
right, all right, all right. They got the wrong shot. They had to show the crotch shot. That crotch shot lasted a good 10 seconds. He literally was showing us his butt cheeks and his crotch. For like, if you actually watch the scene in the movie, he literally is like spreading out eagle just for everybody to see. Like, no shame. It was crazy. But yeah,
That's a
I agree. He
shameless
should definitely
Cobra Trooper. Yeah,
definitely
and then we've got this. I mean, they've already mocked this up. This is back in the 25th. I think this was from the G.I. Joe the movie 5-pack or 4-pack,
sweet.
however they did this one. So
Yeah,
you got a Cobra Trooper paratrooper
yeah,
with a camera to
yeah. The
smash
one that
up.
goes boo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so we've got this Cobra Trooper paratrooper, hopefully with a working
So good.
parachute. And let's see. A Sky Striker with Ace. No, that's 2 more years. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna be a few more years out. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
get the Sky Striker
that's crazy.
until
That's crazy.
2027, because we've got to get our next land Joe vehicle next year.
Yep.
I gotta assume the Mobat, and then we got to go to a Cobra land vehicle,
Mhm.
and then we get to our Joe. Sky Striker.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be a second. Kill two birds. Well, it'd be an expensive stone.
Yeah.
Very expensive one.
But Ramen, when I was at Joe Fest, Ramen Toy showed off something just ridiculous. You know, their
The bridge layer.
their tank bridge layer
Oh,
combo. I think
yeah.
that thing. If you guys haven't seen it, check out my video because that was just insane. Like I was and I compared it to my head. I was like, look at the size of this thing. It's so huge. It was massive. Massive.
That's,
It was just the reality of this thing just didn't make any sense to me. My brain could not catch up with how big this thing is, and for the price point they're offering it at, I was like, this is impossible.
I
This is
think I
just
used a picture
literally
from
impossible.
you or a link to your video with a picture of you next to it when
Yeah,
I was talking about it. Because
it
like,
was
wow,
crazy.
that's amazing.
It was
Yeah, so
massive.
that's harder to find. But
It
yeah,
was
I mean, and I thought that was something that Hasbro could do really easily. Just make your Wolverine and your bridge layer the same thing, and you've got your 2-in-1 right there, and
it,
bam.
it is, but I think that I think the concept behind Hasbro is always I can make this vehicle and then we can use parts to make the next vehicle, right? That's you know there's no faulting them for that.
Oh
It's
no.
fine. It's fine. If done correctly. And I think that you know and let's be honest, Ramen Toy isn't selling the bundle. You have to buy both pieces separately, so it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So it's just that the you know that crazy thing that keeps happening. But again, more innovation, more action figures, more toys. It's amazing.
And the cool thing is that once they create the mold, it seems like they're more willing to put it out at retail. So
True.
maybe we get the Wolverine through Pulse exclusive, then we get the bridge layer, as Tobu will call it, at Target, at GameStop, wherever.
Yeah.
And next year we do need a sea vehicle
Yes, we do.
for either
We need the
one.
shark.
Give me a
We need
whale.
we
No,
need the shark.
the shark absolutely
We need the
cannot
shark.
be a HasLab. It's gotta be retail.
Yeah, it's got
Like
to be
that
retail.
one.
It's
Yeah.
got to be retail. It's only gonna it's gonna be like this big, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
beautiful. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great, right? You get Deep Six in there. You know what I mean? You got the pump action.
Gotta do that. Right. But I'm very curious about how they could work Deep Six. He's the one, Joe, because that original figure was a block.
Yep.
And I'm really curious
He was a
how they
chunk.
could incorporate his suit and make it work and all that good stuff. Or,
There's not going to be any gimmick. Like you're not gonna pump him up any fucking floats. That's not going to happen. I think what they could do is they could make it like a skin. You know, they just
yeah.
make a regular character and then they make this kind of bubble. And the bubble doesn't do anything. You can't articulate that. The thing looks, kind of ridiculous. But I think they easily make it work. I think no, maybe not easily, but they'll make it work. And that's why I think it'll be like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. It's definitely not going to come to retail, unfortunately.
Should classify Deep Six. Should only have 2 points of articulation.
Pretty
Those
much.
arms, man. He was doing the robot. Did someone say shark?
It was so creepy in that one episode. They're in a freaking pond. It's not a freaking lake. It's a freaking pond. 2 kids are skinny dipping in they're skinny dipping in the pond. Lightning starts coming overhead, and it's like, you chicken, I'm not gonna get out. And the little Deep Six comes out of the freaking pond. He's like, you're making the wrong decision. And it's like, what were you doing down there in Deep Six? You were watching these kids skinny dipping in the pond. I always found that creepy. Even as a kid, I'm like, what the hell was he doing down there?
He was surveying, making sure there was none of that chicanery
No
going
cobras.
on.
No cobras in the weeds here. No cobras.
No cobras here. There he goes. The infamous one. His outfit. Man, I can't believe how big my judge. Man, yeah, it's
getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous. Like it is literally recreating 3.75 inch figures, and all of a sudden they go to 6, and it's like they just take up so much more room. They just take up so much more room. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. Right?
What other underwater Joes are there? A ton.
There are a bunch. Wetsuit, right? We haven't done him yet. We already have Torpedo. So we have Torpedo. We need Wetsuit. Obviously Deep Six.
Topside. We said underwater.
Yeah.
Well, they did a shipwreck Navy version. There's different versions of eels. There's a Iron Grenadier version of their Sea Trooper. So there's lots of possibilities.
Yeah,
there.
lots of opportunities.
His arm should be bendy.
Oh, this is crazy. Asper's.
Cutter's
Oh my god,
above.
that's just this is terrible. Cutter, yeah, Cutter, yeah,
He he
yeah.
he's above. He's not an underwater Joe, but he's
I would,
I gotta have him piloting my whale. I think after I get the whale, I'll be like, all right, I'm
he's
good
got
on
the
my
life.
ass.
He's got the life preserver. He can float. Don't worry.
He,
We got him.
they all float down here. Big Rib. Hey
We
guys,
got him.
Jeffrey. Jay, nice to see you both on streams again.
Big Rib, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah. So it's funny because Jay will hit me up and go, "Hey, are you free?" And I'm like, "Oops, it's the next day in the morning." I'm just seeing it like, "Oops, sorry, man. I would have hopped on, but
Oh,
it's."
that's my bad. That's my bad. I'm always that last. I'm always that guy who always just rings up my friends. Like, don't give anybody any heads up. It's like 2 hours before, maybe even a half an hour before. I'm like, Jeff, you're up, right? Let's stream. Let's talk about this. I'm so excited that way, and I inconvenience everybody, especially when they have their anniversaries and stuff. Like, it's just
It's never an inconvenience. It's always like, oh man, I would have been on there. So I've talked about G.I. Joe because I could do that all the time. What else did
absolutely.
you want to talk about, man?
Like have you heard of the contraband that's been popping up lately, like all over the place? I don't know if you heard about that.
Which one?
A bunch of stuff. Like if you're a Motu guy, the Too Bad is actually out in the wild already.
Yes,
that's just that's just crazy,
I've
right?
seen
But
those pictures.
if you're a TMNT guy, Tatsu, the movie Tatsu has actually been sold, like spotted in multiple locations, which is crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of contraband showing up in different places. And there you go. Look at this. Where did this come from? Like, this
You're
is
right.
crazy. Simpsons found at a local Target for $12.99. Somebody broke street date here.
So I went to a Target uh this past week, and I was like, let's see, let me try my luck, and I asked one of the associates, hey, I'm getting the DCBI for Warbird, and said, you guys have it in stock? Like, let's see what happens, and not gonna be surprised either way. And so the guy was like, are you a vendor? I was like, no.
Are you a vendor?
Talking about, no, I'm not a vendor.
That's
I
hilarious.
got absolutely not. I only want it for me.
I only need one. I don't need 10.
Admiral Ledger. So what other ones are breaking their street date? I thought I saw this Too Bad. I was trying to find that for you. Let me see here. Because I think Toy News I had that as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's usually in the Facebook posts. It's just hilarious when you see them. But the other one was Tatsu, but yeah, no, like it's crazy how things are just showing up for SDCC exclusives, like out of the blue. People are just getting them. It's just crazy. But that one can be a little bit difficult to find. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room, though, Jeff. I mean, the cantina. What's your opinion? Was it the right price? Was it too much? And what's with the two tiers like that? I think they killed them. I think they killed themselves in a lot of ways. I think, and then of course, as you said earlier, like what happened? 45 days down to 30 days. Like what happened there? Like what was the situation? Like what happened to the cantina?
I think they had a botch somewhere in the whole execution of it. And they said that I think it was like May the 4th, I think, was when they were like trying to get it out for us to show and like, hey, because it makes sense for all their Star Wars hype. And they're like really disappointed, but we want to showcase this thing and deliver it to you the best. I'm like, it's not coming out till next year anyway. Why not just rush through it and get those people into it, give them another paycheck to set aside more money for your HasLab. I didn't think it made a lot of sense to just
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
well, here's 30 days, you in or out, pulling a Danny Ocean on us.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, guys. I mean, I haven't bought a vintage collection figure in a long time because I just don't feel like the value is there compared to the Black Series. And but I just feel like, boy, that was asking a lot. And it was very telling, I thought, watching the progress of this thing, because normally they roll out their HasLabs and it's funded in the first weekend. This one took till like the last 4 days to fund. And then it was, okay, I think they're gonna get this first tier. And Yeah, it looks like they're pretty solid in the second one, but the third tier was so way off. I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen, and it was wild.
It's one of those things where this should have, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, it should have been a home run. You know, we're talking about one of the classic scenes, which literally brought everybody together. I mean, Han Solo was there, Chewbacca was there, a farm boy Luke. For a brief moment, R2D2 and C3PO were in the damn place together. They were all in. They were all in the building. All of them. Obi-Wan Kenobi. They were all in the building until the droids got kicked out. So this should have been a slam dunk. This should have been completing all tiers. Maybe give us a bonus tier or whatever, right? But I think you're right. Like, somebody leaked this early. They scrambled to figure something out because they didn't want to look like fools or whatever, or make a mistake or whatever. I'm kidding. They didn't. Obviously, um, things happen, right? Something went wrong. Somebody posted this very, very early, like a week before it was supposed to launch or whatever, or they're supposed to have a HasLab or whatever, has a fan stream or whatever. And I guess they just caught off guard, right? But I think there was some miscommunication. Like, why did they split the tiers? If you're going to offer a full version of this thing, right? I think I think they just were doing the safe bet again. I think they saw with the engine. I know what Jamlin says, right? It shouldn't have any bearing on other departments, right? But the reality is, it does, because Star Wars has already had two misses, two big misses. They had the Rancor, which completely flopped on them, right? And really showed that the fans are not just going to eat everything you feed them. You know what I mean? They're just not going to
Very
say
appropriate for the Rancor.
it's exactly. They like the Rancor actually choked on that Gamorrean guard too many times, right? Because who's the first tier in the Rancor? It was a freaking Gamorrean guard. How many Gamorrean guards do we need? And it wasn't really that special. Did he have anything? Did he have anything else with him? Right? Was he
No,
going to come with the coin? I don't think so. He was just a plain Gamorrean guard. Everybody's got a Gamorrean guard by now. And then they released another one later. That's crazy, right? And
I
then,
still only have one. I
and then
need
just to
another
add
one.
insult to injury, what's the next tier? A bunch of freaking bones and a backdrop. What are you guys doing? Like, tone deaf. Absolutely tone deaf, right? So I don't think they wanted to get in that situation again, right? So they said, okay, you know what? We're gonna offer two tiers. We're gonna let you have the regular version, or we're gonna let you have the deluxe version, right? But you know what? Really fucked them up. I think that really screwed them up. By the way, apologies for the expletives. But what really screwed them up, honestly, was someone let leak that the deluxe version actually does not have a specialized box. It's just going to be this cardboard box that has no branding on it at all. And I think a lot of collectors are kind of miffed about that, because one of the biggest things about vintage collection collectors, they like these traditional boxes. They like to collect them. They look really cool on your shelf,
Mhm.
right? That's what they want. And then I think that they really had a hard time selling this to people, saying, "Yeah, how are we gonna like?" Because one of my questions I had when I first saw it was, if you put the whole thing together, can you see everything? Once you, it's an enclosed
That's
space.
the thing.
It's an
That was
enclosed.
I was so confused with it because it's like, well, this is tricky because it's supposed to be this dark.
Yeah,
There, it's not supposed to be well lit. It's supposed to be a dingy bar. You're not supposed to go to a well lit bar, whether you're in Moss Isley or anywhere. And so then you kind of lose that whole look. I can see into everything. Look at my puppets dance. And then it was like, well, okay, you got this. And then, Doc Avenger raised a point that I thought was sense. It didn't light up when the droids came in. You could press the button and I mean, that was
yeah.
an easy LED light up thing.
Anything, right? But you're absolutely right. It's an ant farm. It's literally, you are creating an ant farm here, right? Like, so basically you got to, like, the only way you can look at it is like an aquarium or something. You look on the inside, and you're positioning people. You got to lift off the little roofs of each of
Yeah.
the little cubicles there. I call them I don't
Mhm.
know what to call them. The little bar seats and everything. And
The boost, yeah.
the thing about that too is, you couldn't have put a little bit more effort into the tops. I mean, this thing is supposed to be a complete set the way you've designed it. It literally looks like constructs on the tops of the thing. They look like plastic constructs. You literally, oh, I can lift this up, and I can lift a little bit of design on that, guys. Come on, like, give me a little imagination, something, right? I don't know. I'm nitpicking at a lot of things, right? But the reality is, this should have been a slam dunk, right? And maybe it's that extra 15 days, like you said. Maybe that extra paycheck would have been like, because when you start a HasLab or you start a crowdsourced project, the 30 days is one thing because that's a full pay period, right? You got your gas bill, you've got your rent, you've got your mortgage payments, you got your whatever, right? You got all the, and then you have your extras, which you can save for the end of the month, right? So then you sort of like plan that whole schedule out and say, okay, fine, I have an extra 50 days to save for another half check. My second check,
Mhm.
my first check of the month can actually get to that, right? This is something I think that they forgot about this time, right? Or like you said, it screwed up so quickly that they couldn't recover, right? Because
Yeah,
it would bleed into San Diego Comic-Con where they have two
exactly.
more releases,
That was the
right?
problem.
Which they know that the first weekend of the release is critical to get those early backers, right? So
Yeah,
again,
you gotta take advantage of your Comic-Con crew.
it's
"I wanna
just
back this thing, I'm excited, I wanna leave out of this panel and back it right now." And
you better
and that's
believe you better believe I'm leaving that panel and running as soon as that panel's over. I'm running back to the showroom to get the
yeah,
photos and the video and everything about it as soon as I
exactly.
can, right? Because everybody
Yeah,
wants to see these things. So
and
yeah,
they and I feel like this is another thing that I did in a video earlier, like, I was breaking down some ways they can improve the HasLab process. I think if they were to just announce this schedule, maybe in January, or when you start off, like, here's your Ghostbusters, here's your Transformers, here's your Star Wars, here's your Marvel Legends, here's your G.I. Joe. So, and then throughout the price point or the maximum price point, this is gonna be 500. Cool. So now I want to get the Marvel Legends. I don't want to get the G.I. Joe one. And whatever you show me, I'm not gonna have money for it. I just need a budget to get these two. But I think what also hurt the Star Wars one is, well, I want to see what they're doing for G.I. Joe. I want to see what they're doing for Marvel Legends. I don't know what they're going to be because they don't tell us. So I have to just hold this money. And oh man, I turns out I didn't care about this Marvel Legends. I don't have space for a Rattler. I would have bought this Mos Eisley Cantina, but it's gone, it's closed. So it's a wacky way of doing it.
yeah, and that's exactly what it boils down to, right? Um, they're always, you know what, in this day and age where everything's about proper launching and proper branding, if you will. I think that
Mhm.
all these companies are scared that if they don't do it right or launch it right, or if something happens and they can't control it, that it's going to fall apart. But I think that we as savvy consumers in this day and age, once, especially with toy tubers like me, like you, like Tidarian Hanger, or any of
Mhm.
these Star Wars centric um
Mhm.
channels, once something breaks and it leaks, you should just own it.
Right.
You should just fucking own it. And the reason you should
Mhm.
freaking own it is because everyone's gonna know about it tomorrow. So launch the freaking thing. You know what I mean? Get it out there. Like you have like none of these. Here's the other thing that really bugs me these days, Jeff. None of these fan streams are live anymore. You ever notice that? They're all pre-recorded anyway. So what's the difference? You like if something leaks out tomorrow, get ahead of that damn thing, because you hear Emily and Lenny always talk about, it's like, oh yeah, the internet got a hold of this, but they didn't get a hold of this, and it's like,
You're not getting over it, doesn't
great,
matter.
great, great stuff,
Yeah,
awesome, right?
yeah.
Why don't you just get ahead of it and say, hey guys, guess what? It leaked early. Who cares? Let's do it now. Like
But
start the campaign, right? But
the
you
crazy
don't have,
thing is, where did it get leaked from? You all. It's not
exactly.
like somebody it's not like Storm Shadow broke into the Hasbro
No,
labs and just like, "Let me
no,
send it out to random YouTubers."
yeah. No, you're
That's
right.
it.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. You don't have to necessarily launch it the day it got leaked. You could just go ahead and say, hey guys, this is going to launch and be available on this date. Get your wallets ready because here we go. And you don't even have to announce the price. Just get people excited. Just get people
Yeah.
excited, get people hyped up, and the money will follow, man. But again, if you are concerned about it impacting the other, because that's exactly what happened with the Rancor, the Sky Striker, and the
Mhm.
freaking Ghostbusters prototype pack. 3 HasLabs. Count them, 3 freaking HasLabs in 1 month. No, overlapping within 3 months.
Mhm.
There was no winner there. Actually, no, there was a winner there. It was called Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters ran away with everything.
Yep.
Ghostbusters ran away with everything. Okay, because there was a movie coming anyway. So you literally killed everybody in that thing. And then Rancor died on his feet. So then after that, oh, there's no overlap in GI Joe and Star Wars. What the hell are you talking about? Everybody who died on the Rancor just flopped over to GI Joe and saved that project,
Exactly.
right? And then the GI Joe team, understanding that they were floundering, they did the impossible, or the impossible, and they said, "Sure, we'll give you more stuff." Wow, how smart was that? Cobra Commander for the rescue, Cobra Commander for the win, Cobra Commander to save the GI Joe Sky Striker. Awesome.
And Clint, you're right. I mean, that's great for budgeting. Let people know what's available. And Randall brings up another good point. They need to start allowing payment plans. Like,
Yes.
you could pay $40 for
Yes.
your cantina right now,
Oh
or
my
100.
god. Oh my
And if
god.
it's going to take till
That
December for us to
is
get it.
it's my understanding. So they're playing with fire anyway, right? They're playing with fire anyway. I believe in like, don't quote me on this. Don't quote me on this, but I believe in certain states, and I believe in certain provinces here in Canada, there's actually a law that says you cannot you cannot sell a product if it's not in hand to the customer within a certain time frame. I think somebody's got to check on that, because on certain states and in certain provinces, I believe that's actually a law. So there is there's some gray area going on there, and I do know for a fact that PayPal, with their multiple payment schedule thing, I believe
Mhm.
that they also have a standing clause that says if you cannot sell products that don't exist if it doesn't reach the client's hands within a certain time frame. I think that actually might be one of the reasons why they don't offer payment plans or something along those lines. But it's ridiculous. Payment plans have been like, layaway. Walmart's had Walmart's had layaway for years. Target's had layaway for years. How come we can't talk about layaway? I don't understand it. It's crazy. But I think that if you had a payment plan schedule, it would go a long way into
Yeah.
doing that. But I,
I
I
think they would see such an improvement on all of their HasLabs if people could pay for it over 4 times over the course of a year
yeah.
instead of all at once in 45 days.
Here's the other thing about that. Okay, people understand that when you start breaking up the payments, you're going to pay a little bit more over time, but they don't care, because yes, you're going to pay another $50 or $70 or maybe even an extra $100, right? But because it's amortized over such a long period, it doesn't feel like and it feels like rent. You're actually renting time to actually get. It's like a timeshare, right? You're paying a little bit more ahead of time. Sorry, you're paying more overtime, but the reality is it's split up into such easy payments that you can actually schedule it into your everyday life, right? Instead of having to, at the end of the month, here comes $400 out of your account. Like, what the hell? Like, where am I going to dig up $400? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I still argue Sideshow Collectibles charges more for some of their Hot Toys figures, and you're not paying the interest there. You're just paying them in payments,
Yeah,
installments. And it's like, sometimes they have delays, but it's not a big deal. They'll hold off when they start collecting based on when they estimate that the project is actually going to come in there. So it is interesting. Lawson, I think they're more interested in creating FOMO than accommodating fans.
and that's not. You're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're not wrong. 100%. That's part of the whole equation, right? At the end of the day, especially when it comes to these HasLab dream projects, right? Dream projects. How many more? How many, Jeff? How many of these have actually been dream projects anymore? I remember when HasLab was first introduced, right? The katana was a dream project because never been made. They never thought they could make it, which is actually true, right? The thing is gargantuan, though.
Talking
When
about the
you
sail barge?
Yeah, the sail barge, the
Yeah,
katana,
okay,
sail barge. The thing
yeah.
is, the thing is gargantuan, right? If you actually compare that to the actual Millennium Falcon, you look at it, they're like, what the hell? Like, seriously, this thing is supposed to be bigger than the Millennium Falcon? Like, holy crap, right? But not to say that it's not untrue, but then that maybe is what I would term as a dream project. I think Unicron, right? The very
Unicron.
next HasLab after the Cookie Monster. By the way, guys, Cookie Monster was a thing. For those of you guys who don't remember, Cookie Monster was a thing on HasLab. That died a horrible death. Uh, he choked on his cookie. He choked on all of his cookies, man. Like it was bad.
It's like
But
the Rancor and Cookie Monster. We need to make sure someone at Hasbro knows how to do the Heimlich.
yeah, pretty much. But uh, I do think, in a lot of ways, I think Unicron probably was a probably was a dream project. But you know that Unicron can actually go back to sale, repaint him, recolor him, and he's on the shelves. I'm telling you right now. The Katana can't. The Katana is an impossible. That thing will never come back. I think they might do an anniversary edition HasLab again, which would be stupid because they already have the tooling. But I can see Hasbro trying to sell the Katana one more time. I can see it in some form or another. But everything since then, I'm not sure they've been necessarily dream projects. I guess the Sentinel and Galactus. I mean, like it's not like they couldn't come to retail. What do you think, Joe? I think those at some level could have come to retail at some
I
point.
think because of the price point for both Galactus and the Sentinel, that wasn't going to work. And I still would contend that the Sentinel, like to sell it as a Sentinel, kind of hurt it. I mean, it funded, no problem. All the tiers funded. So to that regard, it was probably a dream project. But for me, it was like, for Sentinels, I need an army because I
Yeah,
don't just want one fighting my whole 80 member X-Men squad. And so having it at a scale where I could reasonably get, say, 3 or 5 would have been better than one massive giant one. It's like, this is really impressive, but what do I do with it? And I think Galactus was definitely more of a dream project because you can set him up as the biggest Marvel Legend figure in your collection. Done. To me, Giant Man is pretty dreamy.
yeah.
Because they put a lot of extra work into it, and he should be the tallest, giant character. Everybody else can be a shorter scale giant. And I think that they're really running close to it. That's
What
again.
what gets me about Giant Man though? What gets me about Giant Man is he's so close to the range of a Titan class transformer. If you really think about that, he's so close to the range of a Titan class transformer, and Titan class transformers are still sold at retail. You know, how much is the latest Titan class right now? If I look him up at Entertainment Earth, um,
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
yeah, of course,
They just put Fortress Maximus back up, and I'm
yeah,
pretty
there he
sure
is.
he's
Tidal
over.
Wave. Tidal Wave is $200. Okay, think about that. Tidal Wave is $200. Fort Max is 205.
Yeah,
Right?
he's more than
Look
Giant Man, and you could buy him.
look up Tidal Wave. Look up Tidal Wave.
Okay.
Just do a search. Do a search for Tidal
Yeah,
Wave.
and he's more than Giant Man.
Yeah, and these are retail figures, right? So look at that,
Same
$199,
price in
right?
stock.
So you know what? There's an argument can be made that that Giant Man could have gone to retail, right? How much was Giant
I
Man again?
$199.
$199,
Yeah,
and he's not that much bigger than those two Titan classes, right?
yeah.
He's gonna come in a box, which
He's
is
pretty simple compared to those
yeah,
guys too. I mean, they've got
yeah.
all this intricate transformation. He's, a large scale basic buck body with
Uh,
hyper articulation.
the difference is, and this is true, um, Transformers is such a global brand,
Mhm.
especially in Asia. It is ridiculous. You get guaranteed sales, 100%, absolutely, unequivocally. You will sell in Asia, okay? Whether it's China, whether it's Japan, whether it's the rest of Europe too, you will definitely get all your money back from tooling through Asia. So, and again, it's a partnership between Takara and Hasbro at the end of the day. So that I think is why they were able to get it onto the shelves for $199, right? But still, even with there's still an argument that could be had to say that Giant Man would have been a really cool figure at retail at some level, but it is what it is, I guess.
I think their retail level, and I hope we see this like we saw with the Vamp and the Stinger. That was all right. It was a post exclusive to start, and now everybody has a crack at it. Amazon, Entertainment, or Big Bad Toy Store. That maybe we see this smaller, or maybe just using that same Giant Man mold for other giants. Goliath, 1, 2, 3. Black Goliath, Atlas, just using that same mold, and then charging 175, 150 on everything else because you've already done the mold. You don't need to sculpt too much, especially for different versions of Giant Man. And just do it that way. So I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But
You're
you
right.
know what? The term dream projects for they should just drop that moniker. In my opinion. In my opinion, they should just like, slowly fade that out. Because I think the term dream project is overused. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry to say that there have been many other dream projects. Like, you could argue that Eternia is dream project because the original Eternia sold so poorly that there are literally only four or 5,000 out there. That is insane, right? The original Eternia, right? And now, even with the hype surrounding the newer version, they only ended up selling less than. I do the same. I do the exact same thing. It's all good.
Stupid.
All good.
Just
It's not. It didn't even echo that bad. It's okay.
oh, that's good.
So you could argue that that is a dream project, right? You could argue that the Cat's Lair, which is crazy because that is
It's
that
massive. Yeah.
massive,
Mhm.
massive, right? And that to me is a dream project, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's overused so much. The dream project doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's it's just one of those things. Just drop it. Just slowly fade it out of existence. Just say HasLab and just leave it because they're no longer dream projects. They are just the items we want. The items we love. But you know what? You might as well just go ahead and just get them into
What's
these
up,
are
little bro? What's
Hasbro
the most
Pulse.
expensive Marvel Legend that's available at retail?
That's a good question. Right now or historically,
Um,
because there have been a couple.
I
Um,
think right now the most expensive one, depending on which retailer, because if you find it at Ross, it's $25. But if you were to get that Villains X-Men 5 pack, it
yeah,
was
yeah, I
$125.
know, I know. It would have to be either a bundle pack. There have no, there are no play sets for Marvel Legends, right? There have not been any, not in recent years anyway. I haven't
And
seen one
that's what I think a
at
lot of
all.
people are clamoring for
Um,
now with HasLabs.
they don't even do, most Marvel superheroes don't even drive vehicles anymore. So I'd have to say it's a toss up, man. I think how much was the Blob? The Blob was what,
He was 55. He's
55?
gone up.
Yeah, 55. Um, how much was that? He wasn't a scroll. He was a scroll. How much? How much
Symmetrical?
was that? The what was it called again?
Super Adaptoid?
Yes, yes, exactly. How much was he?
70 bucks. And he was
Yeah,
ridiculous
he was
because
really,
he
yeah.
was terrible for
He
70
wa
bucks.
he was terrible for $70, but he was $70, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a single
Yeah.
figure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Using old, outdated yeah, he was not great.
yeah.
So yeah.
I think
I was
I think he's probably he's up there. Like, I think the bundle packs, like you said, um, the evil 5 pack, I think that's probably the most expensive on the market right now. And anything which, and technically that was supposed to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, but they ended up putting it in retail anyway, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
because it ended up at Toys R Us here, right? And obviously it went to Ross, right? Right? So, um, but
So
then
wild.
that kind of defeats that purpose too. There he is. There's the Super Adaptoid. Absolutely. Yeah, $70. Dang. Yeah, he
He's at
was not.
Ollie's now for 20.
There you go. He was
And I'm
not good.
still like,
He's I know, right? Just customizer's dream, though.
he is. But
Customizer's dream.
gosh, I mean, I need the wings,
Yeah,
I need the quiver, so much more
yeah.
still for him.
I,
Robert
I'm gonna
Christensen, Odin.
I'm
I feel like
gonna go out
Odin's
on
at least worth it.
yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that he is probably the single most expensive figure. But when you get into bundle packs, I think that the 5 packs, tend to command a little more. I think even the oh wow, holy crap. Okay, that's holy crap. Really? Was he $60?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like he has a
dang.
lot more to him to
Yeah,
justify that than, say,
that
Super
is
Adaptoid, which I
that is
felt was
crazy.
so lame. Yeah.
But 60
And
bucks is pretty, that is crazy. Okay, no, I don't, no, I'm not saying he doesn't look amazing. I'm just saying, wow, $60. Man, things are really like that. That's Canadian prices now. That's crazy. That's nuts. Anyway, I mean,
He's
it
a
is what it is.
decent size. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be like he's a great value for $60,
yeah.
especially since nowadays it seems like he's 60 now, and then come November, he's gonna be a premium Pulse power sales, and he's gonna be like 40 and like, yo,
There we go. That's Jeffrey for you. Always looking at this. Always looking at those clearances. I love it. I love it.
you got to McFarlane figures and Mayfax, we nailed it.
Oh, that is a terrible. Really? Are we gonna go there now? That you know what that is? That is how much do you have? How much money do you have to spend on your DC multi your DC figures? I think that's really what it. Because I think there's an argument to be made that if you're okay with a decent amount of articulation and a decent sculpt, you can probably get away with DC multiverse. But if you want absolute, you know, wonderful sculpts and high articulation, and again, it's what kind of collector you're at. You know, are you do you really want the aesthetic? Do you really want? But then some people don't like the way Mafex looks. It's subjective at the end, and it's also price. I can't afford. People are just going all in on Mafex. I can't do that, man. I just can't. I'm very picky when it comes to Psylocke. Is probably the one I had to get in Mafex. After that, it's just my wallet can't afford it, man. It's just an ouch.
I haven't
Ouch.
done any Marvel ones, but the DC, standard comic ones, I'm like,
Yeah,
yes, give me
yeah.
all of them. But yeah, hey, Retro Robo, if you're able to 3D print the wings and quiver, let me know. Because gosh, like I saw it, I was like, where's the rest of his accessories? When they showed us that first picture of Super Adapter, I was like, cool, but where are the wings? Where's the quiver? And I was like, oh, they're not here. Oh boy, yeah. I love the Mayfx DC, but the Marvel ones were
It depends. It depends. There are some really good ones. There are some the everyone loves that Wolverine. That Wolverine is like
yeah,
crazy, right?
great.
But and that Psylocke is awesome. But again, the scale. If you want to put them in with your Marvel Legends, it can get really iffy, right? Because again,
Yeah,
the scale's just not there, right? They're about a half an inch too small. But if you're going to go all in on Mafex, you got quite the collection. That's just crazy.
and then they made Thor too small.
It's true.
It's like
Absolutely.
no, because he was going to be the one to push me over the edge to get some Marvel ones because I was like, I really like the Iron Man.
Okay. So Felix, no, McFarlane doesn't make too many variations. They make too many Batman. Okay. There's just like how many more Batman do we need? Like, oh my god, but here's the problem. People keep buying these damn Batmans.
They
Like,
do.
how many like Jeff, how many like there are like 200 Batmans out there right now floating around in the world. They're
Right.
like there are so many I'm being disingenuous here, but there are so many Batmans out right now. I think we are getting up to close to 100 Batmans right now. It's ludicrous.
I
It
think
is
last year it was like 84, so we're probably well past that at this point
There
now.
you go. I said 200 earlier. Well, maybe we're actually close to that number. I don't know, but just Batman alone. Forget about the Bat family. I'm just talking about straight up. Bruce Wayne thinks he's a freaking flying bat in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, freaking Batman, right? There are hundred. They're getting up to 100 plus Batman, like 200, close to 200 plus Batman. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And you know what? I dare say the Joker's probably getting up to 50 or 60 of them now. It's nuts. Batman will never
Right.
die. Batman is like, he is a god among men.
Batman's
Come on.
forever.
Batman is a god in disguise. Let's just go ahead and say he is a god who forgot who he was. He's taken on Apocalypse, the world of Apocalypse. You know what I mean? He's taken on Dark Side and survived. He's outsmarted everybody that can be
Most
outsmarted.
cases. Final Crisis, shout out.
He is a god in disguise. He's a forgotten god. He's forgotten who he is. How many spider? Oh, you know what? You got me there. You got me there, Jam. You got me. There are a ton of Spider-Mans too.
Ryan Lee, I must have all the Batman.
Hey Ryan, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thor was feeling sickly that. Oh, he lost all his gains. Is that what you're saying? Lost them? He lost all them gains
And
He's
the neck gains.
the sick weight. He got rid of his sick weight. Oh my god, it's crazy. Oh my god.
I did. Give me a tell me where my medical separate. Exactly. Well, I guess we queued it up. McFarlane is doing some some pretty cool,
Oh
interesting
my god,
things.
are we gonna
Has
go there
nothing
now?
to do with
Oh,
DC and Batman, though. So, what do you
oh
think?
god, yeah, McFarlane. You know what? Like I said, I said it. I said it in like a couple of videos earlier. I think hell froze over multiple times in the last couple of years. You know, when I first heard that Marvel and Hasbro were teaming up to do multiple crossovers on some of their brands, Uno and some of their Monopoly and things like that, I was like, what the hell's going on? There I was like, okay, this is a survival tactic. That's what I looked at. I was like, all these toy companies are starting to reach out to each other and say, hey, we've hated you in the past, but you know what? We need to survive here. So why don't we try mixing it up a little bit? Why don't let's have a little song, a little dance, and let's try to make this work.
Batman's
But
head on a lance.
yeah, but then all of a sudden I see the unthinkable that what McFarlane is now, because he's been trying to squeeze it. He's been trying to like wade in this pool for years, right? And he's been hanging on to that DC license forever. And now all of a sudden, Marvel, of course, Toddy Mack has been illustrating for both sides and his own, right, for years. But I think he
Mhm,
cut his teeth on Marvel. We know that,
mhm.
right? But he did some great covers for, and great. He had a great run on Batman, obviously. But these ones, wow, this is great. Now, here's my question though, Jeff. Would
Mhm.
you define these as action figures?
Oh gosh, no, they're statues all the way. All the way. They're pretty
but they're
cool looking statues, I gotta
they're
say.
called but they're called in the press releases they're called figures. They're called 1/10 scale figures.
He's a little bit confused on that. These are absolutely statues. And everyone keeps asking what the price is gonna be, and I think that's gonna be the real key. Because
Yeah,
if he tries to go with, like, 40 bucks for 'em, I
no.
think these are gonna sit and rot. But if he charges, like, anywhere from 25 to 35, I think this line could really take off for him.
I think Todd is smart. You
Yeah.
know, he's not. He's. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. As long as it's comics, Todd is smart. The prices he's charging for just like with starting lineup. I don't know where he's getting his numbers from for some of these like these sports brands. I don't know what's going through his head right now. Like the hockey brand alone is just like astronomically priced. But that's just me. I'm not going to get into that too much.
How much are
Um,
they for you all? Because here the sports picks figures are 30 bucks. And I seem to recall that being a 10% or $10 hike from, when he did them before. I was excited. He did a few 49ers, so I
Once
had to
again,
get
though,
them.
and I totally I totally get it, but they're statues too.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
they're not freaking action figures. They're freaking statues. So you are paying for a statue, again, there's a market for that, 100%.
Mhm,
Um, with these ones though, I think you're right. If he tries to go anywhere near $30, I think he's gonna have a problem, right? I think if he stays within the 20 to $25 mark, I think these are gonna fly. I think that there are a lot of fans out there, traditional comic book fans, who are saying, and I think he's looking at it like he's like, "Have you ever wanted to see this cover in 3D?" And here it is. He's
yeah.
actually made it. He's made it happen, right? They're literally popping out. They literally like, because when you look at a McFarlane drawing of like Batman or Spider Man, you're like, how the hell can a human being do that? Human beings don't contort that way, okay? And now you look at Spider Man, and hey, that sort of kind of works if he rips his nutsack in half. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things to say about what Spider Man is actually doing in this pose, but outside of that, it's like, dang, that's actually pretty cool. But it's cool in like one angle, then you turn it to the other side. Like, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah, keep it at that one angle, just the way he drew it, 2D and 3D. Maybe they should use figurines. I mean, whatever. I mean, we know what they are. If I can't pose it, it's not an action figure to me.
Yeah,
And figurines, statues, statuette,
statins, yeah,
yeah,
statins.
what they
Like
call
like
it, staticons.
right.
So, yeah, it's all good with me.
Yeah.
The McFarlane hockey figures are 47 Canadian.
Yep,
That's not great. Is
that's
that
what I
just
was saying.
now, does he do the hockey? Does he do like football and
They're
baseball?
they're
Do they
they're,
come?
they're all up here. Like they're,
Oh,
they're
okay.
distributed. They're distributed well, but for Canadians, right, with hockey, it's a big thing, right? So when
So
I
do they
saw that,
charge more?
No, it's not that.
All
It
right.
is more or less the exchange rate, right? $30, like you like don't drop off your seat, but $30 US is about $45 Canadian, right? So
Gotcha. Okay.
it's it's an ouchie no matter which way you go, right?
I was
But
curious if they were a slight uptick in price
you know,
for the
maybe
NHL Canadian team players
yeah,
versus Canadian.
it might actually be that depending on the retailer. Those are the prices.
Oh, I see.
Ryan's talking about the price that we found them at with Toys R Us, which is just like it's a jaw dropping, just jaw dropping. But I don't know if like I haven't seen anybody else carry them yet. Not even like GameStop. I haven't seen. I'm looking for the
Oh,
Walmart and
I
stuff
see.
like that. But wrist cuffs. What the heck?
The Superman figures have these weird wrist
Oh,
cuffs.
yeah. No, I don't think so. They don't even articulate. So, they like so Todd's in New York. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's based in New York. But no, we don't get like. Here's the thing: Todd's really good to us when it comes to like exclusive. Like for instance, the Tumblr actually ended up in Amazon Canada. All right, so that was a huge bonus for Canadians because it was like a McFarlane exclusive, right? It only went to
Yes.
his website, right, and it sold out pretty quick, right? Where we actually got them on Amazon.com, and a lot of retailers here are actually carrying the Tumblr. So we get thrown a bone from Toddy every now and then. You know, he did own the Oilers for a little while, right? So
That's right, right, right.
it's pretty crazy. So yeah, he owes us a bit. He just owes us a little bit. That's all. Just a bone here and there.
Phoenix and Vegas. Nice
Todd is based
base.
out of Phoenix. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that true? I thought it was New York. All right, cool. Maybe he got smart because New York is expensive today. Like it is ridiculously expensive.
Gotta crank out a lot more Spawn and Spider-Man and Batman drawings to survive in New York.
Yep, absolutely. I didn't know he was out of Vegas though. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Party time.
Wonder what the tax.
What else did you want to break down, Jay?
I think we're pretty much. I think we're at. We did the Rattler. We did the 110th. Talked about Cantina. And oh, you know what? Let's just if anything, you know, again, not to cover that last bit, but if anybody's going to be at San Diego Comic Con, get ready for LineCon because the paywall. So there's not paywall. All Hasbro exclusives are back behind the. Actually, I want to remind everybody. You have to put in your selections for the lottery because it's an actual freaking lottery to actually try and get your exclusives at San Diego Comic Con 2024. So if you are going to try, if you're going to be at San Diego Comic Con 24, and you want to be that one person or those the you know the people who want to pick up a souvenir to bring home, you got to actually put them in for slots, lottery slots, right? So if you want to try and get a slot for 10 a.m. on a Thursday, you have 12 ballots to actually put in, and you got to put on all those 12 ballots for that day because it's that kind of thing, right? So it gets really difficult when you have Hasbro, and also Mattel is doing the same thing, which is just nuts. Mattel traditionally you just have to line up and try your best, but as it is right now, they're in the lottery system too, at this exclusives gate, this exclusive portal, right? Half the people here don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking, Jeff.
No, so yeah, because I don't know how many people are going. But yeah, it's really interesting how they brought it back. I feel like they haven't done this since COVID, right?
That's what I thought too. I thought the exact same thing. And even prior to that, I know that that Mattel. I always lined up for like 4 years. I was lining up, right? Because I was working for a company that actually had business in San Diego, and we
Nice.
kind of did this thing where, we would say, "Hey, this is a business trip," and we would we would go down there, right? And it was just such a great
Anyway,
time. Luckily they were comic book fans too, so that it just worked out that way, right? So I was able to go 4 times in a row, and each and every time I'd get into the line for NECA and that's the thing. It's only for the major brands anyway. It's only Hasbro and Mattel. NECA you can line up for, SH Figure Arts you can line up for, Jada you can line up for. So all those types of exclusives are still available. But save yourself the heartache, everybody. All right, wake up early or late because here in the East Coast, we have that advantage of having that extra 3 hours, which is great. But just set your alarm and just freaking try to get them online. Okay, like do yourselves a huge favor and just get ready, get them online, get the freaking dates right, and just like save yourself the hassle because idiots like this guy right here are going to try and line up for these things, right? So I'm doing the hard work that you guys don't have to do, and basically I'm showing you the heartache on entertaining videos to show you guys what how much pain we have to go through. Like it's crazy. No, not this year, Jamelin. It is only too bad. I believe they haven't announced anything for Masterverse, so no, nothing on that end. But there will be some releases as we showed you earlier in the stream. If you're just joining us, that the panel they're going to be doing a whole bunch of different reveals. So I'm crossing my fingers for a lot more Master Universe movie figures. That is my hope and dream. The classified OMA Coco is available on Pulse during this. I don't know, actually. Is it? Once a man? Once a man Coco? I don't know. I don't know when the online orders will open. I don't
No, I
know.
think they said it'll be after Comic-Con.
Monday. Yes, I believe you're right. I think they said something like Monday. So yeah, like if I actually get a chance to get one, I'll show it on the on the stream. But the reality is, I don't know. It's going to be a later date. I think that is what they said. How's your guys' reaction when McFarlane comes with platinum? Oh my god, that's true, right? Like, yeah. Are you talking about the 1/10 scale stanchions? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I think he's asking about the platinum edition. Like for Penguin having more of the Super Friends, superpowers, color scheme.
Oh, is that
Those.
are the superpowers going to go platinum now? I didn't think they would. I thought that was only a multiverse thing.
No, yeah, that's the platinum ones.
Oh
Let me
yes,
see if I can pull
the
that up.
black and white, the black and white ones that they just released. Okay, um, I'm not really into that. You know, like platinum chases. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I've found so many platinums in stores. I don't think. Sometimes I just wonder if it's just a label that they slap on and expect people to go hunting for them. I think that happens a lot because I remember when I was in Buffalo earlier like earlier in the year, and I just found this entire row of freaking platinum figures, and I was like, what is with this? And you can look at it on my toy hunt, and I was like, are these things really hard to find? Sometimes I do have to wonder. Even Gold Label is the exact same thing. I don't know if they're actually chases. I think they're just different faces, different sculpts, different looks. I think that's actually why they're called gold and platinum. I don't know. What do you think, Jeff? Are these hard to find or what?
I don't really look for them, and I'm still trying to find a blue electric Superman because I got the red chase. That was the
I
only one I've seen.
I found that at Toys R Us the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
seriously found if
You're like,
if you bring up my last Toys R Us hunt, literally right there, boom, you're gonna find like I literally
that's
run into
funny.
this shelf and there he is, blue Superman. I'm like, oh, this is that lightning Superman. I wonder how hard it is. Oh, platinum edition. What the hell? Right?
It's
And
impossible.
I'm almost certain. I'm almost 100% certain when I was at what Joe Fest, I saw that platinum edition at one of the booths. So
Sure.
I don't know. It,
Yeah.
it is
So there's the superpowers colored penguin, the platinum version. I I like the mainstream one. I think
yeah.
the colors pop a little bit more, but in other cases, the platinum version looks cool. So
Mhm.
yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like it in that case, but it really depends on the character.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's not for me. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like they're cool and all. And if you have to have the original color wave for back in the day for the superpowers, I get it, right? You're trying to
Mhm.
get that nostalgia kick and everything like that. But then you got to go hunting for them, right? And like I said, for whatever reason, I don't think it's that hard. You just gotta pay attention. Like oh hey, there's a penguin. It looks different. So just do your best.
Right, exactly. All right, well, Jay, I think that's it for me on my end, man.
There's so many other things going on in the world. Like we didn't even touch on the turtles, which is another rabbit hole to go
Yes.
down. Because just as a really quick aside here, I don't know if you saw them yet, Jeff, but the latest round of fully articulated turtles, they have an acne problem. I don't know if you've seen that yet. They have a massive acne problem. They're suffering from some sort of like oil overage. It's the pizza. The pizza.
Breaks them
Turtles
out
don't
all
eat
the
pizza.
time.
Turtles don't eat pizza, and because they're teenagers, their raging hormones have just taken over, and now they have acne scars everywhere. It's crazy. And apparently, there's some controversy that they don't have articulated ankles, so putting the multiple joints on them just made no sense. So, there's another. We're gonna end off on that. If you guys want to start looking for turtle news, look it up because there are some crazy things going on with turtles right now. And of course, at San Diego Comic Con, Super 7 is actually having a turtle party. There's a store in the middle of nowhere in San Diego. You got to head over there and you can buy a brand new turtle van. We still don't know what the price is. It's colored in a different colorway. It looks like a turtle van. It looks like a pizza store. And if the first turtle van, which was $500, I don't know how they expect anybody to drop 5 bones at a convention. It's crazy. So again, there's another huge just like rabbit hole for turtles. But I don't really cover turtles anymore. And of course, Jeff, I think you've sort of sidestepped that in lieu of more comic.
There's
comic
so
ex-
much other
you know,
stuff.
it's just so much. But I just want to mention that in closing because I think that if anybody wants to go down that rabbit hole, by all means, because it is just scary down there. So
It's wild out here. All right,
absolutely.
man. Thank you as always.
Oh,
Please hype up your channel where everybody can find you. For those who don't know,
oh, guys, no. I want to give a huge shout out to Jeffrey Lyle's Figure Files. Jeff, thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure hanging out with Jeffrey. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Lyle's Figure Files because this is where you want to be. This is where if you want to talk Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, everything under the sun, and of course GI Joe. This is a lot of fun to be here, and I feel so happy to be invited tonight because. Again, I have a lot to talk about, and Jeff has given me this platform. So thank you, Jeff. What a great event.
absolutely. And Mega J Retro, right back at you. Make sure to follow him if you aren't already. I'm sure most of you are, but just in case, go on there and check him out. And for now, thank you all for hanging out with us on this Saturday night. And of course, Jay and I will be back on here later on this month, probably when he returns from his adventures in San Diego. And we'll get the debriefing of how everything turned out for him. But for now, Jay, you want to sign us off?
Well, I think this. How do you put it in? This case of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed. I
This
think that's
edition of Lyle's
this
Figure Files
edition.
has been filed.
Good journey, everybody,
All
and
right,
keep
now
keep proud.
take it easy.